it's not fine. All the people ain't happy, and the river has run dry. You thought you could go free, but that system is done for. If you listen real closely, there's a knock at your front door. You'll never get free, lamb to the slaughter. What you gonna do when there's blood in the water? The price of your greed is your son and your daughter. What you gonna do when there's blood in the water? When there's blood in the water.
All right, welcome everybody to this NWO matchup. We have the number 5 Texas A&M Aggies playing their first game in this season 3, visiting the Tennessee Volunteers here at Rocky Top Neyland Field. We see absolutely crazy weather here. I'm joined in the booth by Eagles 7676. How you doing, Eagles?
I'm good, man. How are you?
I'm doing absolutely good, man. I'm really liking this matchup. You know, JT's getting into the first one here, and Tennessee coming off of that week 1 game versus Wisconsin, where he scored 21 straight points and really battled back and had 400 passing yards, 4 touchdowns in the air, and 2 touchdowns by Jalen Hyatt and nearly 200 yards in the air. But are these the conditions for a passing game? We'll see. And here's the kickoff, Eagles.
We are underway. Tennessee in the grays, Texas A&M in their away uniforms. They will bring it out here. The return, trying to find the edge. He's at the 20, brought down at the 22-yard line is Darren Sproles Jr. And that's where the Aggies offense will start out. Now, George, we're seeing the Aggies for the first time. And you saw Tennessee play last week. What do you think the Aggies offense needs to do game plan wise against this Volunteers defense?
Keep a balanced attack. You know, Wisconsin was able to rush the ball for 200 yards and 4 touchdowns. You know, Texas A&M has Darren Sproles. He's a returner, but he's also a running back.
They go to the flex bone here, send a man in motion. Forrest Gump will keep his hit immediately. Loss of 1 for the Aggies.
Yeah, you know, maybe that's a little bit of, you know, the conditions right there. Definitely looked like the fullback would have been able to get past the sticks on that one. Quarterback kept it, got a big hit.
2nd and 11 for Texas A&M. Forrest Gump looks to the sideline for a new play. Now checking it off. Gump drops back, looking. Throws it back to the left, complete. Going around the edge here, cut back. He's going to go to the 50, to the 40, the 30, the 20, the 10, 5. Touchdown, Aggies. Darren Sproles Jr.
Sorry to cut you off. Someone once told me that the screen game is like an extended handoff. And the pressure came right up the middle right there for the Volunteers. They sent the blitz full send and just not able to get to the quarterback in time. That quick pass, quick thinking, great play call, great design. And you see the wiggle and the speed from Darren Sproles Jr., getting the Aggies out to a 7-0 lead.
Absolutely. And, you know, this triple option that A&M plays, it gives you so many different angles that you have to defend from. And that's going to be the challenge for the Volunteers all day now, is figuring out how are they going to defend the pass and the run while staying disciplined in their gaps.
You know, you got to maintain gap discipline. That's X's and O's 101. But sometimes it's not just about the X's and O's, it's about the Jimmy and the Joes. And, you know, Texas A&M, we haven't seen them yet this season. But, you know, they got to shape up here defensively to protect this early lead.
Tennessee will come out here. They're starting at their own 25, 1st and 10. We'll see Harrison Bailey at quarterback. He drops back, he'll look. Bailey running out of time. He goes down. He's sacked for a loss of 8.
Harrison Bailey with a huge game last week. Over 400 yards in the air and also multiple touchdowns. I believe 4. But right there, felt the pressure from A&M, and A&M, able to apply that pressure. It looked like it came from the left side here, as we're now going to be setting up on the right hash mark.
We come out. This is a tight set. Tennessee loved this tight set last week. What do they have this time? Harrison Bailey will drop back. He's looking. He throws. He's got Hyatt. First down, Tennessee Volunteers.
And the A&M bench sideline just looked shocked at that completion. Talk about an extended handoff. When you could throw the ball into the hands of the wide receiver, just like you're handing it off to him a foot away, but that was about 20 yards away. Incredible pass there by Bailey, and Hyatt is dangerous. Good thing to bring him down with the first tackler.
And Hyatt was the leading receiver for this Volunteers offense last week. 4 wide for the Volunteers. Bailey will drop back again. He's looking. He goes down again, held it for a beat too long, a loss of 9.
Yeah, it was time to throw, and he held on to it a little bit longer. Maybe it's better to take the sack there than an interception, although most of those routes looked like they were well downfield. So if there were to be an interception, it probably would have happened, down the field like a punt. But on first down, you can't take an interception right there. You take the sack instead. So we'll see what happens for the next 2 downs.
Absolutely, and there's a bunch to a quad for the Tennessee Volunteers on the right. Bailey will drop back. He's looking. Goes across the middle. He's got Holiday. Holiday has the first down. Another 21-yard reception, and the Volunteers moving the ball efficiently.
And a great play design there. Had the bunch formation with a fourth, really spreading it wide out there on the sideline on the field side, and able to just find that crossing route there across the middle, beating the man coverage.
They have a sniffer now. It's 2-by-2 look. Then you go inside zone to Jabari Small. Small has 7 on this carry. And, Jabari Small last week wasn't the biggest talking point, but definitely had some good carries when they needed it.
Yeah, last week on the ground game, Tennessee was only able to get about 30 yards on the ground. So definitely want to balance the attack this week.
Tennessee comes out, same formation. The sniffer is on the right, the tight end. They go hand off to Jabari Small again, inside zone. He's got 4 first down Volunteers.
And that's what you love to see. Back-to-back runs, getting yourself a first down. That's how you balance it out. And right now we are stringing multiple first downs together. We saw TAMU get a huge touchdown on a 1-play backbreaker, barn burner, game breaker. But we see the methodical first downs here from Tennessee. You like to see it.
Aggies will come out with a 3-high look. Bailey will drop back, looking. Bailey rolls right. Bailey's looking. Complete to Nixon. Nixon breaks a tackle. Hit for a 9-yard gain is Julian Nixon.
And 3 for 3, as we see the stats come up there, 3 for 3, 51 yards, well over 10 yards per completion. Love to see that, but, taking your spots, completing them, and, keeping it. Now 2nd and 1, the whole playbook opens up as you're approaching the red zone.
Tennessee will come out 4 wide. Small is to his right. Bailey will hand it off to Jabari Small. Small making a crease, making men miss. He's got 8 yards, and that's a first down. Volunteers just driving this football down the field.
Yeah, for sure. That's another first down. It's just really impressive stuff here for Tennessee. Fully confident that, that's the difference between, week 1 and week 2, right? He was in a battle, a 4-quarter, down to the last possession, down to the last play battle last week. And, it's showing here.
Tennessee just going methodically down the field against the A&M who they had a long drive. But they'll hand it off again to Jabari Small. Small had nothing on there, no gain.
But you do like to see that one stat in the stat column, which is 4 rushes. Tennessee's only had 1 possession so far, and he's already had 4 rushes. Maybe going to get 1 or 2 more before this drive is done. And you like to see that. I think they only had 18 the entire game last week.
Absolutely, and balance is key in this kind of game against a top team like Texas A&M. Bailey will drop back. He'll throw the screen to Jabari Small. Small cuts outside. He's to the 10. Touchdown, Jabari Small in Tennessee. Penning the extra point. We'll tie it up.
Not a design screen pass, but definitely similar to the last score that we saw, where one guy is able to get the ball an extended handoff on the swing pass out to the flat.
Kick is up. The kick is good, and Tennessee will tie it up 7-all here. 2:51 left. And Texas A&M, they didn't even show much of their playbook this last drive. So Tennessee doesn't really know what to adjust for other than that one screenplay that they had a problem with.
And we can hear the crowd how rocking, absolutely.
He's away. This is Darren Sproles Jr. We'll bring it out, but he's not going to go far, about the 18, 19-yard line, and that's where the Aggies will take over.
Yeah, so I had to patch in there quickly just to find out what was happening with. Oh no! Holy smokes! What is happening here? Technical difficulty. Please stand by. What has happened? All right. Did I lose? Did I lose? We are going to a commercial break here, boys. We need to figure out something technically here. Sorry about this. I don't understand what's happening.
Sorry, Dad. Jello. You can't be a kid without it. Studio line from Lori.
We are back.
Yep, we are back here. Gonna get this game back up here. Got flex bone for the Aggies. Forrest Gump play actions. All's right. Gump will take off now. The 30. We can then miss. And he's out of bounds at about the 43-44 of the Aggies. And, that's the legs of Forrest Gump. The first carry didn't get much going. Now he's moving the ball with his own legs.
Yeah, Forrest Gump keeping composure here, looking to answer back from the Tennessee score to even up the score here at 7.
4 wide for the Aggies. Gump will drop back. Gump looks, he throws. He's got a man. And this is Demond DeMoss, 23 yards, first down, Aggies.
Yeah, DeMoss, don't call me dumbass. But a key role player there for Texas A&M. Love to see it.
Absolutely, and that's a great throw from Gump. His first on the day, down the seam, playing cover 3 by Tennessee. Excellent throw, excellent catch. Now they go full house here. Gump checking at the line. Hands it off to Darren Sproles Jr. He'll lose 1 here. And, that run game, the design run is just not really there for the Aggies. The Aggies aren't able to get anything going laterally, running-wise. The read option hasn't been as effective. It's when it's broken down or that they're running a screen that things are starting to open up for the backs.
Yeah, so what you do is you invest early so that it pays off later, right? You invest early and it pays off later. So you look for Texas A&M to continue to do it, and it should pay off later.
Full house again. Gump checking at the line. Clock running down. Drops back looking. Throws. Complete! Touchdown! Aggies at Chase Lane. He's in.
Yeah, it looked like a vertical seam route there, right along the hash mark. looked like two defenders were in the area, but neither one of them had the leverage and the technique to be able to stay with him. And with the precision pass, they're getting a 7-0 lead, a 7-point lead here.
Extra point is up and good, and the Aggies lead at 14-7. And like you said, they didn't have the leverage in the secondary. They weren't ready. They weren't expecting the go route to come on that right side.
Yeah, and that's Forrest Gump. You know, I think it's his third year in this offense, and you know, just showing complete poise and confidence there as they're able to answer back from the Tennessee drive that, you know, took up the large majority of this first quarter.
And now Tennessee will get the ball at their own 25 to start out the drive. You know, they're matching the Aggies pace for pace right now. And last drive was more of a sustained drive when the Aggies have used a lot more chunk plays in general. So if I'm thinking with Tennessee, keep the ball on the ground, go to Jabari Small, and keep him going. And they do exactly that here to Jabari. He has 2 on this one.
Yeah, not a big gain there, but we saw how explosive he can be when he does get the ball. You know, when he scored on that touchdown, he was able to foot race 2 defenders, you know, they're on the outside, and you know, Texas A&M has some speedy defenders, so that's impressive.
5 wide for the balls. Dropping back is Bailey. He looks, he throws. Caught by Callaway, a dangerous throw, but complete. He's got 5, sets up a 3rd and 3.
Yeah, and Callaway's just got that kind of it factor, right? You saw him make a couple plays last week, didn't you?
Yes, he made plays in big moments when, you know, Volunteers needed to either get back in it or they needed a first down to keep the drive alive. Callaway just always seemed to be there.
Yeah, he has kind of like that clutch factor, right? At least he did in week 2 when they needed big plays and big moments. He stepped up, and right there was one of those moments because it looked like the defender had a beat on it, but Callaway just snagged it out of the air.
Bunch to the right. Bailey will drop back. He's looking. Bailey rolls. He's going to take off. No, he's throwing this one to Callaway again. He's to the 20 and take it down to the 19.
Bailey must be a gambling man. 6 for 6, though, so he is on the winning ends of the odds at this point. As we see a timeout here from the coaches. But yeah, it looked like that defender was well in place on the rollout there. I thought he was just going to get the ground game going, you know, just take the scramble first down with his legs. But, you know, he actually threw it, and that was just really, really freaking impressive that happened. Callaway able to snag 2 balls in a row right there. Well, pause. But yeah, as there's 29 seconds left here, just an exciting game, and maybe Tennessee answers back here.
Yeah, I thought he was going to take off. He was so close to the line of scrimmage when he threw that. I was thinking that he was going to be close to either being over and being an illegal forward pass, or, you know, just take off, get your yards, get the first down, play it safe. But no, gambling that time, and it pays off. Catch tight end to the right. They send a man in motion. Bailey will drop back. They get the screen to the left. Sniffed out by the Aggies defense, loss of 4.
Yeah, they're not always going to work, right? Jabari Small definitely getting enough touches today. You know, like to see that up over the course of 4 quarters because, you know, you do like your chances at, you know, at that point.
We're at the end of the first quarter. The Aggies lead it 14-7 over the Volunteers. Remember that the Volunteers will get the second half kickoff, so, you know, they still have that possession to play with.
Yeah, Tennessee will get the ball back, but they got the ball right here, and they're smelling the red zone here. So they're going to try to, you know, open the door and walk right through it.
Trips to the right. They send the Z receiver in motion. Callaway. No, they hand off to Jabari Small. He makes the men miss. Here he goes. Jabari Small inside the 10. 5. Touchdown, Jabari Small.
Did you see that? Incredible running.
The Volunteers, you know, the Buck sweep. Jabari Small looks like he's going to get taken down in the backfield and just gets through for the touchdown.
JT Gaming in chat saying that my depth chart reset for some reason. Sanctions. So What we saw was Small get small when he needed to. You know, it looked like he had a very, very tight gap to be able to run through, but somehow he's able to wiggle through it, you know, and then show that speed, you know, and then ending it with the stiff arm. Very impressive.
Here's Darren Sproles on the return here, not getting much about the 18 or 19-yard line where the Aggies will start out. And you said it. Jabari Small got small when he needed to, but then he also played big, knocking some people off of him to get into the end zone.
Yeah, and Darren Sproles, you know, the more times that he gets the ball, you know, the better. He's, you know, kick returner of the year, and just a dangerous guy.
Strong eye to the right. They hand it off to A-Chain.
Great game.
Has 7 here.
Yeah, great gain. You know, what we see right there is the offset eye. So the fullback, you know, goes, you know, takes a lead block, and they're able to set the edge, you know, over there on the right side, either with the tight end or tackle. And, you know, gain of 7 on first down. Take that every time.
That strong eye gives you a natural overload look because the defense has to play it balanced essentially because you can't come back with that. They can't over pursue that like normal 2 tight ends.
Same formation here.
Yep. Strong eye, they send a man in motion. They'll hand it off the Chain again. Chain has the first down, 4 yards.
Tough yardage right there. Tough running. You like to see that because the Texas A&M defenders do need a little bit of a break, right? You know, Texas A&M has scored quickly, you know, and they do need a little. The defenders for Texas A&M do need a little bit of a rest, you know, because you know, they've been on the field quite a bit. You know, time of possession right now heavily in Tennessee's favor. So nice little march right here might help.
2x2 attached tight end to the right. They send a man in motion, dropping back, looking. Throws it right, complete, but taken down before you can get anything is DeMoss. -3 on that play.
Yeah, DeMoss, don't call me dumbass, comes up right there, but, you know, loses yards on first down. But he's going to get his touches, and he's going to get his yards. You know, Forrest Gump, 3 for 3 here, 55 and a TD.
Come out, same formation. Gump making checks at the line, dropping back, looking. Gump throws, complete. He's to the 50, step back to the 40, makes a man miss to the 30, to the 20, 10, 5, touchdown, Aggies, Cup. Oh my goodness.
Did you see that? Clip that, chat. Clip that. Send your favorite clips to 49er George 365. Help me out. I want that clipped for the rest of the season. Is that a tight end of the year type play right there? Is he going to be in the postseason this season? We will feature him in the next week's game. That is a monstrous play right there. Not only the step back, but the wiggle and the speed to be able to run away from the defense. Incredible.
In my opinion, that is the best play of this early season that any tight end has made. I mean, stepping back, making a man miss, and then just telling a guy to get off him. He showed all 3 phases of what a good tight end should have.
I mean, a step back from the tight end, like that's just not really not that common, you know. I mean, he made that in perfect synchrony of what needed to be done, and you know, was able to put, you know, 7 more on the board, take that 7-point lead right back.
Exactly, and the Aggies lead at 21-14, but the Volunteers have the opportunity to answer. At their own 25 is where they will start out. They come out 2x2. The sniffer is on the right. They'll hand it off to Jabari Small inside zone. He picks up 1.
Yeah, not much there for him on that play, but you know, based on the defense, you know, changing up their plays and stuff like that, not a bad play call. You got to see what happens. You know, keeping it on the ground and getting a 1-yard play. You know, it's not a bad play. You know, it's not an interception. It's not a sack. You know, it's not any kind of negative play. You know, you retain, you know, down and distance. You know, that's still makeable here.
Same formation for the Volunteers. A&M looking to play inside now, defensively. Play clock running down this end. Hyatt in motion. They'll run the read option. They pitch it off to Hyatt. Hyatt, though, is stuffed. Loss of 2. Brings up a 3rd and long 11.
Yeah, Hyatt's skill set is a little different than any other player on the field. He's got elite speed and agility and elusiveness. Probably one of the more dangerous players that we have on the field if not the fastest and most dangerous.
The height could not get anything going there. You know, he's used to being a receiver, so getting in the backfield there, probably done it a couple times, but that was not his strong suit. Bailey will drop. He rolls now. Bailey looking. Gets hit as he throws incomplete, and that will force the Volunteers to punt.
And the A&M, credit the A&M defensive backfield and also just that left end, because he was the first, last, and only defenseman in that area on that rollout. Or Harrison Bailey would have been able to just stay back there forever if he wanted to and pick it apart or scramble for the first down, and that defender just eliminated all threat.
He's away. Darren Sproles will return. Sproles gets to the 50, and that's where A&M will start out their next offensive series.
Now, that return doesn't look like much, but Darren Sproles getting 17 on that one opens him up for a bigger return later on in the game. Once he gets going, he's really hard to stop on those returns. Watch out. He's dangerous.
5 wide for the Aggies. Gump in the shotgun will drop back. He's looking. Gump throws it down the seam. It's complete. This time, to the 25-yard line, and that's a big play for Eric Justice.
What I really love about that pass is that it was so decisive and quick. You know, didn't look at too many targets, didn't need to buy too much time, just let it loose.
They send a man in motion, dropping back his Gump, throws complete over the middle. It's the middle screen here. To the 10, 5, stepped out of bounds. Chase Lane had the lane to the end zone and will go out of bounds.
Get your chunk emotes out and put them in the chat. That is absolutely inexcusable. Was he staring at the cheerleaders? Like, what is going on out there? Are they trying to kill the clock here? What? I don't understand. I'm at a loss.
George, that's almost as bad as dropping the ball at the 1, in my opinion. Almost as bad.
Oh.
They'll hand it off up the gut. Touchdown, Donnie. He's in.
Yeah, Doty right there. I mean, that's what you like to see, and that's a great recovery, because after that, you know, sideline, you know, where you step out of bounds, you know, who knows if you're going to be able to get it into the end zone, but they get it right back and into the end zone right there. That was super huge, really, really important. You know, now they got a 2-touchdown lead.
He's up, the kick is good, and the Aggies will double up the score on the Volunteers. For now, it's 28-14.
What's up, boys?
Here we go, and plenty of time still for the Volunteers to make a play happen, get another score on the board. You want to be within 1 score by the time the second half rolls around.
Yeah, definitely a lot of time left on the clock. There's so much left to this game. You know, what we need to see is you know, Tennessee, you know, put a stop or two together. You know, and we've seen them do that this season. We've had, you know, the benefit of being able to see them play, you know, a game this year. You know, they were down, you know, 28 points against Wisconsin, and they scored 21 unanswered. So this is totally within their possibility, right? They're able to do it. It's just they need to get it done again now.
Came out 5 wide tight with a bunch to the right. Harrison Bailey will drop back. He's looking. He throws complete to Callaway again. There we are calling him once again 10 yards, first down. Volunteers.
Yeah, and that play didn't seem too clutch, but that is clutch Callaway. What's clutch about that is that he extended the arm past the line of scrimmage, past the line to gain. So it actually, you know, resets it to a first down and gets a momentary timeout there for Tennessee, as they are going to try to manage the clock and be the last team to score here in the first half.
Harrison Bailey, 8 for 9, very efficient passing. They send Callaway in motion. They hand it off to Jabari Small on Buck sweep. He only picks up 1 here.
You know, only a gain of 1, but, you know, he's made plays in this game so far, so you got to keep giving him touches. You know, maybe you can find creative ways to give him the ball. You know, and again, it's just that play happened on that lineup, you know, on that defensive play call. Against a different defensive play call, maybe a different result.
They send Callaway in motion again. Looking, play action. Bailey will drop. He's looking. Running out of time. He throws it up just for grabs. No, incomplete. Thought Nixon had it. He dropped it at the last second.
Yeah, it was kind of in and out of his hands. Didn't really get the shooter's roll there. To make a basketball analogy, but incredible like user stick right there to get him because the defender was draped all over him. But ultimately too draped to be able to get that completion.
Gave him a 50-50 ball right there, and they almost made the most of that. They come out, bunch to the right. To the field this time, Bailey will drop. Looking, throws it down the seam. This is picked off! And a huge mistake for the Volunteers. Harrison Bailey throws the interception. The Aggies have it.
And that one was a little bit tart tasting right there. That one kind of hurts a little bit more. But he had coverage. He had coverage over the top so you couldn't really sail it over, and he had coverage down below. That's tough.
The handoff is up to the fullback Doty. He's got 11.
Fullback Love, and that's the play that I wanted him to come back to, and he did. That's the first. We saw that in the first play of the game. When the quarterback held it, pulled it back, and then got tackled immediately by the right end. But on that one, he gave it to him and was able to get a first down on a fullback run. You love it.
Flex bone again. Send a man in motion to the right. Gump will drop back. Gump looking, rolls, complete over the middle. He's got a man out to about the 34. Is Chase Lane once again. Lane has had his name called 3 times now, and he's averaging about a little over 25 yards a catch. Big player right here for the A&M Aggies.
Yeah, I mean, and they're kind of playing with the house's money at this point, forcing a turnover or, getting the gifted turnover. However you look at it, they're already smelling the end zone here. They're in field goal range at this point. So Maryland I set.
Maryland I, 3 backs in the game for the Aggies. Gump. When you see Maryland I, you're thinking heavy run here, possibly a power, maybe a dive. They go ISO. Bouncing the ball to Kane. A Kane out 8 yards. Oh, he was this close to making one go.
Yeah, and even if he didn't get it to go, I think the coach is just disappointed that he went out of bounds. But you know what? He really did try to put his force into that last defender. That defender, he was coming hard. He was coming real hard because he was the last line of defense there. Otherwise, he would have been out for a house call. Can't be too upset with the player.
Cannot. And they go Maryland I once again.
Killing a little bit of this clock here. We saw him take it down to about 5 seconds on the last one. Tennessee keeping the timeouts in their pocket.
They handed off fullback dive, and that's enough for a first down by Mackey. And that essentially almost works like a halfback dive because you have a fullback in front of the fullback.
Yeah, I like to go fullback in front of a fullback in front of a fullback. But, that's the 49er eye.
It's not even legal.
Yeah. Well,
there'll be 5 guys in the backfield.
Give me some sanctions. I'll take them on.
Maryland I once again, they go to the halfback to Kane, and Kane is stuffed this time. Looks like the Volunteers are figuring out how to stop this Maryland I. And
I really love how T. Klink held on to his timeouts, and now he's starting to use them, right? Because that fullback, the fullback dive that we saw for the first down, I thought he might have needed to take the timeout then, but he didn't. He saved it for this play, got a stop right there. And now maybe if he could get 2 more, maybe he gets the ball back with some time and only 3 points on the board here, or we'll see what happens.
We know that over a minute left is plenty of time. It's an eternity, essentially, in college football. They go flex bone again. Dropping back, it's a back throw. And this is complete. He's still on his feet. He's got 7. Darren Sproles, shifty, normally doing the returns for the Aggies, but this time they get him in space, and there he goes for 7.
Everybody wants to look at the bright, shiny object of Darren Sproles and him almost busting out and the athleticism. I'm not surprised by that. The thing that I'm looking at more that I like is that it's 3rd and 3, and there's still 1 timeout left in Tennessee's back pocket. So if they're able to stop him here and get it to 4th, he could call a timeout and get the ball back maybe with about a minute left.
The Aggies will go 4 wide pistol set here. What do they elect to do? Gump. Just letting the time off the play clock tick. Nothing runs off the game clock. Counter. Hand it off. That Kane, he's got a lane. That Kane goes out at the 1. They want to waste extra time and force Tennessee to use that last timeout.
A lot of confidence here for Texas A&M. You know, it wasn't more than 6 plays ago when we saw A-Chain go out of bounds, and you know, coach was a little upset by it. But on this one, I think he's thrilled that he went out of bounds and gives the opportunity to kill some more clock here.
Maryland hand it off. Stuffed his Mackey. Timeout Tennessee. And now that is a critical timeout. They can't stop the clock again. So if A&M doesn't go into the end zone here, what's going to end up happening is 40 seconds off that clock. And by the time that Tennessee can touch that ball, we're talking about 20 to 16 seconds.
I'm not surprised by this formation. We see a kneel right here. This is 3D chess, boys. This is 3D chess. He's going to take about 40 seconds off of the clock. So if you do the math, you know, Tennessee is going to get the ball with maybe about 20 seconds, if anything, because they could still do it one more play. Tennessee might not get the ball back at all.
They go Maryland once again. A-Chain in the back of that eye. Know that that's where they want to go, or they're going to go to Mackey here, more than likely. Volunteers trying to give different looks. Clock ticking, under 30 seconds. Hands it off, Mackey. He gets stuffed, 4th down and goal. What do you do now?
Well, you have a 2-touchdown lead, and I love the call that we just saw. I also know that you have 3 timeouts in your back pocket, so you could get them up to the field. And if you don't like the formation and the look, you can always call a timeout. But the impressive thing about that is just the confidence overall that TAMU has. They're not thinking that they got a 14-point lead by luck. They're thinking that they built a 14-point lead brick by brick and that they could do it again in the second half. So if they walk away with 0 here, they're not worried about it.
A&M rushing onto the field, their special teams. So the field goal unit does come out at the 1-yard line. It's a fake. The rollout. He's going to go to the pylon. Touchdown. JT is in.
Clip it, chat. Clip it. Incredible, gutsy call, but the things that you can do when you're playing with the house's money.
The extra point now is up. It is good. And at the halftime break, A&M leads at 35-14. Oh my goodness, what a play.
Yeah, we weren't that familiar with the Texas A&M players before that last 14 minutes of football was just played, but we sure as hell are now. 21-point lead for Texas A&M has them feeling totally confident. Last week they were ranked number 6, and in their off week they were ranked they come in now ranked number 5. So you know, definitely having their supporters and believers behind them. You know, and Tennessee, you know, had to face a tough road game last week up in Camp Randall, but this week, you know, at home, you know, weren't really expecting this offensive explosion from Texas A&M, but Texas A&M must have had a great training camp and a great offseason because they have looked explosive all game.
Our second half has kicked off, and Hyatt was on the return there. Gets out to the 17-yard line where Tennessee will start their drive. You know, brought it out of the end zone. He hasn't really done that today. Makes me think he's kind of panicked and wanted to get something jump-started for this volunteer team. Bailey will drop. Looking. Throws. He throws a curl to Adam Roberts. First time we call his name. He tells him, man, get off of him. Past the 40. Take it down about the 44.
Yeah, Tennessee has got, you know, explosive weapons. You know, we saw 400 aerial yards last week from them, 4 aerial touchdowns from them last week. You know, we know that they can score in bunches. We know that they have some of the fastest wide receivers in the nation. And they're not afraid to, you know, throw it into tight windows and downfield.
Trips to the boundary now for the Volunteers. Bailey drives looking. Here as he throws. Incomplete. Could have been a very dangerous play.
Yeah, and Bailey never really had a chance to be able to see that. You know, that's coming from his blind side. You know, got to protect the blind side, right? Left tackle there took on the D end, but it looked like there was a blitz from an outside edge player there and got unabated to the quarterback, putting him down on the ground. Lucky it wasn't a fumble or something worse, but, you know, we live to fight another down.
That's that slide protection. The quarterback's got to be aware of where that free rush has got to be coming from. Sliding right, that tackle is going to be on the end, man-to-man, so anything off the edge is coming free. Trips to the boundary again. Bailey will drop back, looking. Bailey throws it up. This is bracketed off, picked off by A&M. Making a big return to the 50. Makes a man miss. He's about the 46 of Tennessee. That's where the Aggies will take over.
Yeah, maybe Bailey, had his bell rung a little bit after that sack and wasn't really diagnosing the coverage there as well as he, normally does. Maybe he thought he had man-on-man single coverage there, but the lurker safety, just kind of supported and snatched it right out of the air. And after a great return, we're already in Tennessee territory.
Pro wide to the right. Gump will drop back. He's looking. Throws the swing to the right. A-Chain, nothing going. He loses 3.
Yeah, A-Chain now. That's his first reception on the day as we see him get kind of like a swing pass there. Half back, attack the flats. Number of touches for A-Chain today. He's been slow and steady today. Couple bigger plays, but, love to see, Tennessee's got a huge lead right now. The only thing that's going to battle them is turnovers in the clock.
2-by-2 set for the Aggies. Attached tight end. They send the man in motion. Dropping back his Gump. Looking. Throws it back. A-Chain will get brought down. Gain of 4 will be a 3rd and 9 for Texas A&M.
And that's just how great, things can change. It's like, the screen passes were working to perfection earlier. Right now going through a little bit more difficulty. But you got to keep giving those extended handoffs because you never know which one of them you're going to be able to get your, blockers hat on the hat, maybe pick up a pancake, hop it, get some yards.
Gump will run a counter read. He's got an edge. He's going to the 20.
Did you see that pancake?
5. Touchdown. It's Forrest Gump.
I was running.
That was a great play call. Counter read. Just the quarterback takes off. You couldn't even call that power, depending on what Gump was thinking. If he was thinking, I'm going to take this all the way or not, either way, quarterback run just found a seam. And right now, Volunteers defense just looks completely lost.
But, chat, if you could please clip that one, because if you look at the wide receiver that was there on the play side, he absolutely obliterated that defender. That defender had a chance to maybe slide off the block and maybe make a tackle on Gump there, or at least maybe corral him and bounce him back to the inside. But the wide receiver just absolutely gave him a full stack from IHOP, and that's what sprang Gump, to be able to take any angle he wanted right there to take and attack the edge.
Volunteers go 5 wide. Tight look with a bunch to the right. Bailey will drop back. King. This is picked off once again. Bailey throws another interception. And the A&M will take over in Volunteers territory.
That's Bailey's 3rd interception of the day. That one, again, coming at a costly time. Had man-on-man coverage. Thought he could perfectly place it, right into the basket. But draped coverage right there. And these Texas A&M defenders, what's most impressive is that they're not getting deflections. They're receiving the ball like receivers are.
A-Chain gets the counter, still going about 7, where he's brought down by the Volunteer defense.
Yeah, and that might not look like much, but that is a great play right there. 7 yards on first down. You'll take that every single time and twice on Sundays. Because what that does is it continues to chip away at this large amount of time that's still in this game. Once again, the only matchup problem now is the clock and how much time is left in turnovers.
Flex bound for A&M. Then a man in motion, handed off up the gut. And look at that Tennessee defensive line. Doty had no chance. I mean, you're talking about complete pancaking by the defensive line on offensive lineman. Doty just had no shot, just up the gut and brought down loss of 1.
Yeah, I mean, the game of football is all about, violence and controlled violence and, just focused, potential. And we see it on that play. Sometimes the defense gets the best of the offense for sure.
Doty gets the handoff again, 4th and 1. And now Texas A&M has a crucial decision. Do you take your points here and make it a 31-point game? Or are you going to fake it? Or are you going to go for it, put your offense on the field? What do you do here, George, if you're A&M?
You kick the field goal. You're already up by a bunch. You're going to get 50 points by the end of this game. You take 3 right there.
This kick is up. This kick is good. A&M lead it by 31, 45 to 14.
Yeah, and that's, one of the best, defenses that we've seen from Tennessee. Maybe it's Texas A&M, not really locked in. Maybe it was, credit Tennessee's defense, but, it's been hard to stop them offensively. They've gotten short fields a couple of these times since they've gotten, 3 turnovers, and one time, they kind of fell down early on purpose, kill some clock. But, Texas A&M, they've kind of been a barn burner as far as, the offense here. So, them holding them to 3, that's a victory,
Tight set for Tennessee. Pimp Pizzle is at quarterback. He drops back looking. Rolling left. Gonna try to take off, but he is sacked this time. Loss of 2 for the Volunteers. And at some point, you just got to throw that ball away and not eat that. You had a spy on you. No chance to get yards. Just toss that away.
Yeah, that's one way to remedy yourself from that outcome. That's one approach to try to avoid that, to try to, minimize that. But Texas A&M defense has been flying around the field the whole game. Really, really confident bunch, and they're smelling blood.
Hand it off to Jabari Small, who cuts up. He's got 4 this time. He's not getting a lot of yards per carry, but he is getting them getting efficient yards whenever he does get the ball.
Well, there's 10 gameplay minutes left in this game, and Small has already eclipsed his total maximum from last year. I'm sorry, from last week in week 1. And I would say that this defense is every bit as good as the Wisconsin defense. So it's not about them playing a lesser opponent. Texas A&M with a 5th ranked team in the nation here, as they swat down another pass.
Yep, Nick Rivero there, deep batting down that pass. Could have been another pick, but that time just swatted down. And I think at this point, you got to go for it. You are behind by 31. Go for it. If you get it, great. If not, you at least tried for it. Bailey will drop back. Bailey looks. Rolls right now. Running out of time. He'll throw. Complete. Who else but in the clutch, Callaway?
Yeah, and Callaway never giving up on that play, working to the final minute. He must have extraordinary conditioning, because that play lasted all of about 15 seconds. Bailey was on, the opposite side, ran all the way to the sideline and barely got that pass off before reaching the sideline, and Callaway was just working his man the whole time and able to bring himself back to the quarterback. That's just an extraordinary play by Callaway. Bailey, too, to get away from that defender, because that defender, we've seen him come up with big plays earlier this game.
4 wide for the Volunteers. Bailey will drop back looking. Running out of time. Gets hit as he throws. It actually hits the face mask of another D lineman. Lucky to not be intercepted.
Yeah, and that's where we could see this game kind of settling down a little bit. Texas A&M was an absolute buzzsaw for probably their first, let me see if I do the math here, carry the 1, about their first 6 possessions. Their first 6 offensive possessions, an absolute buzzsaw. But then they got, on their 7th possession, they got held to a field goal. And since that point, we've seen 2 deflections rather than interceptions.
Trips to the boundary now. They'll hand it off to Jabari Small. Small has 3 here, sets up a 3rd and 7 for the Volunteers.
The thing that I always like to bring up about this time is, when your team is smelling blood like this, do you put the backups in? Do you put those guys in, to prevent injury? Or do you keep those guys in that, want to get, recognition and play on Sundays? Do you get them all the stats that they need, to be able to kind of put their name out there, put your conference out there, force points against the other team so it looks better also for, media, BCS potential?
Bailey rolling around, runs out of time, and does throw it away. Smart decision this time. 4th and 7 for the Volunteers.
Yeah, and that's a good shout out right there. He's absolutely, right to throw it away right there. There's a crucial possession, right? You want to get it 7 out of this, somehow, some way, and 4th and 7 is much better than giving the ball back to Texas A&M.
5 wide, tight, bunch set. Bailey will drop. Bailey looking, throws it. He's got Holiday. Caught at the 35, first down, Tennessee.
Yeah, Jimmy Holiday right there, not taking a day off at all, working through the holiday. Just absolutely, beating the coverage there and steady hands, not dropping it despite the rain.
Same formation for the Volunteers. Bailey will drop, rolling right now. Throws, complete to Roberts. He's got 3 on a diving one-handed catch.
Love to see it. That's the kind of players that you need. That's the kind of plays that you need players to make, to step up here. When you're down, you're facing the barrel here. You got to climb your way out. One shovel hand at a time.
Trips right, sniffers the right tight end. Here is Nixon. Bailey checks at the line. Will drop back now. Looking, throws deep, looking for it all. Batted down by Jordan Gilbert.
Yeah, once again, that's probably the 3rd one in a row right there, right? Hit both of his hands, and apparently it's can't come down with it. It must be getting wetter and wetter out there.
Well, you also know playing defense. There's a reason they're not playing wide receiver.
Oh, calling him out. I like it.
4 wide tight set. Pimp Pizzle will throw. Complete to Hyatt. Hyatt at the 10 where he gets clobbered. 21 yards, so first down.
Oh, yeah, we see Pimp Pizzle right there. But Hyatt, been steady all game. Got open space right there. Can't match his speed. And, catches the ball. Great job.
Another drop back. Pimp Pizzle rolling left. Throws. Incomplete into coverage. Lucky not to have anything adverse happen that time. But 2nd and 10 from the 10-yard line.
Small window right there. Not much to work with, but still makes it happen. But unfortunately, just another drop by Texas A&M, and Tennessee just not able to move the ball anymore. But they're on 2nd down. They got plenty of plays in this possession. They just need to find the right play and execute it to perfection to get in and get this up to a 21-point score.
Also want to give a quick shout out to Chris Phoenix. Thanks for rating us, buddy. Thank you, and welcome in, Raiders, to this matchup between Texas A&M and Tennessee. Bailey will drop, rolling right. Looking, gets hit as he throws, incomplete.
And we've seen, I got to find out that man's name. We got to see we got to ask the coach about that after the game. What's that defensive end's name? What's his name, and what's his daddy's name, and what does he do? Who is that man? He's been, holding it down right there on that left side. I wonder if Pimp Pizzle is able to beat him with his foot speed out to that side.
5 wide, this time tight to the left. They send a man in motion. Bailey will roll, throwing. This is picked off in the end zone. Just not what Volunteers needed. The return is coming back, brought out to about the 38-yard line. And oh my goodness, Bailey with his 4th interception today.
Yeah, still a lot of game left, but right now Bailey has about half as many yards as he had last game. He had well over 400 yards last game, almost 500. And in this one, he's still below 200, and he has 4 picks. So having a definite bigger struggle today than against Wisconsin last week.
Flex mode pitch to Darren Sproles. Sproles will lose 2.
Sproul's an explosive player, like I said last year, returner of the year, very dangerous, man, absolutely broken. Don't really know about his hands too well, but, absolutely know that his legs, just something special.
Play action, looking, throws, he's got the wheel. He missed his receiver. The first time we see the inaccuracy of Forrest Gump in play.
Yeah, Forrest Gump, that one got away from him a little bit. He's throwing with a wet ball out there. You've only had him, throw the ball 10 times. You've really featured the ground game and short passes as far as, screens and flat attack and, a lot of halfback, can't really fault him too much. It was missed by a very little bit.
Come throwing deep now. This is complete. hit to the 10, touchdown, A&M, kind of on cue with what we were saying, deep throw, Forrest Gump. Oh my goodness, someone clipped that.
Yeah, someone clipped that. That was an incredible play. You know, usually we see these touches. Usually we see these touchdowns that are big plays over the top like that to the right side when it's a right-handed quarterback. But Forrest Gump, you know, took offense to anybody who looked at him, you know, sideways after that last incompletion because he absolutely fired a missile on target and let his receiver run under it for now. Shit, how many touchdown passes do you think he's got now? 4? 3?
That would be, I want to say that's 4 on the day.
Yeah, we'll check the stats after the game.
Oh, that was a huge play for A&M. You can see that they wanted to go deep for a while. There was some pent-up aggression there, and they just chucked it up.
As we see Pimp Pizzle, he's done throwing the ball and warming up. He is going to be coming back into the starting lineup, or not the starting lineup, but you're going to see some game action here as we see Klink make a change at quarterback.
Now, if you're Tennessee, is this about pride? Is this about getting back in? You know, you're down by, 38 points right now?
Not really sure. That's something that, you know, we're going to have to discover here together as we watch this fourth quarter. You know, there are different, you know, options there, a couple of them that you mentioned. Yeah, are you going to try new things? Are you going to really try to battle tooth and nail? You know, there isn't any quit in T-Klink. We saw that, you know, every game last season and, you know, the first game of the week or first game of this season here.
Pizzle throws a pick here. The first play he had 11 yards on the play, but this time throws a pick, and the Aggies take over once again with 6 seconds in the quarter.
Yeah, we've been calling that quite a bit tonight. You know, just having a lot of, you know, it's got to be the rain. You know, a lot of rainy condition here.
Counting for A-Chain. A-Chain's got a lane. Wide receiver pick into the 40, the 30, the 20. Oh, he slows down, take it down at the 10. He could have scored. Instead, we'll take some clock off as we head to the fourth quarter.
Clip the pancake. That was another one. That poor DB's been picking himself up off the ground the whole game. I don't know. I got to check the stats on that wide receiver. That man, test him. Bill, test his bag. I want you to get his gym bag. I want to test. Here's this P cup.
Go counter A-Chain. We'll get stuffed. Loss of 1 this time.
Yeah, but you know what, A-Chain, he self-sacrificed on that other play where he had broken the defense and he just kind of slowed down. I think we've seen him twice do that today, you know. Pretty soon he's going to start asking, hey, you know, where's my backup? You know, why do I have to sit down, you know, and surrender myself? Why can't I score touchdowns? That's 2 touchdowns he should have on the board. He wasn't given.
Maryland A-Chain runs it up the middle, gaining 9 yards on that carry. Very strong run, and now he's at 100 yards on the day.
Yeah, tough, dirty work. You love that right there. If you just, you know, just slop and filth and just, you know, tape and, you know, braces and just, you know, neck rolls, and you just love it.
Maryland they'll go to A-Chain again. Stuff, there is a flag on the field. Let's check the penalty.
The refs have made an appearance today.
It is a holding against the Aggies. Looks like that is declined by Tennessee. 4th and 2.
Yeah, I mean the Zebras, you know, they got it fucked up. It's not happening like that out here.
The kick is up. The kick is good. And the Aggies extend their lead. 55-14 here with 6:04 to play.
Incredible matchup. You know, Texas A&M, you know, one of the highest rated teams, you know, in the nation, coming out and putting on a show tonight, showing you, what they can do offensively, defensively. Really didn't see a lot of work from them in special teams. A couple chip shot field goals, no big returns to speak of. We did see one fake field goal for a touchdown, though. So, that room is also, the special teams room is also well coached, and just putting on a performance tonight. Tennessee not really having the answer, sticking with them initially, trading blows back for back, but not since that first quarter.
They sent Hyatt in motion. They will run the read option to Pimp Pizzle. Holding on to the football. There goes Pimp Pizzle. Out to the 45. First down, Tennessee.
And that's what you like to see. I mean, that's the kind of stuff that's going to, build your confidence back up. You're never as good as the film shows, and you're never as bad as the film shows. And right now, if you're Tennessee, you can't think like, oh, well, I'm just bad. No, like, you played a great game until a certain point when things just kind of didn't go your way. And, now that you've reached kind of like this level, we got to start building it back up, right? So nothing forced, not forcing anything, but just, building it back up, right? Just building it back up. Got 5 minutes left to do it.
Jabari Small had 3 yards on the inside zone that time. Trip, sniffer look for Tennessee to the right. Pip Pizzle drops back looking. He'll throw one up. Let's see. He's got Callaway. Oh, my goodness. Callaway peeks his head out again. Tennessee now at the 14-yard line. Thanks to a Callaway reception, burn the corner. Great job there. And we'll see if Tennessee can put 7 on the board this possession. Pip Pizzle drops back. He's looking. Throws. Touchdown! Who else but the man who deserves it? Jimmy Callaway. Touchdown, Tennessee.
Clutch Callaway coming through with that one. But what I really love right there was the pass protection. I really thought that end was going to get into the quarterback's face, him being a left-handed quarterback, get into his face. But left tackle made a great block right there. And, that's what gave him the time to be able to step up and put that on a mark.
Now the lead is cut to 34, 55-21 your score now. Montgomery kicks it away.
Yeah, and they're just going to let that one through.
A&M will bring it to the 25.
Yeah, and A&M is just going to give you more of the same. Some ground game, some short passes. I don't expect them to, kind of loft anything out there. But if they do see, something to exploit, in Tennessee, if, like, they're stacking the box, or if, like right here we see a single high safety, he might, a deep press, man press, he might audible, he might take a pass over his head.
Gump will hand it off. Who else but Sproles? He's in the open field to the 50, the 40, the 30, 20, 10, 5. Touchdown, Texas A&M, Darren Sproles Jr.
Yeah, and A-Chain is saying, those are my yards and my touchdown. Why you give it to Sproles? But you got to show Sproles some love, Great player, just complete athlete right there. Nobody could really, stick with him in the foot speed, or very few players at least can. And it's a big touchdown right there. Now we're over a 50 burger.
62-51 your score. Just under 5 minutes to play. And the kick is away. Holiday back deep to block for Hyatt. Hyatt will bring it out. Looking for a seam here. He goes to the 20 where Jalen Hyatt is brought down. George, there's been plenty of action in this game. Just, it just seems like Texas A&M has had the right plays called when needed. Yeah,
Texas A&M has a very, very interesting playbook. There's always some new wrinkles, every week, spread into there. So another, question for Coach after in the post game is like, what things did you see tonight that you liked that were new? And, what things are you thinking about trying out? And, he might not put it on the table. He might just keep that, cards close to his vest, because he's got a big matchup next week, which we'll talk about post game. But, yeah, I mean, the approach from Texas A&M is gives you something to watch, and hopefully they could do it,
Tennessee, big play to Adam Roberts, 63 yards, touchdown on the vert, and that came out of nowhere. Big play. So he motioned the man out left even further, get outside of the DBs, and just cooked him outside.
Yeah, had man on man right there, and Pimp Pizzle being a left-handed quarterback, he can see that side of the field better, whereas a lot of other players might forget about that side of the field, you know, because your quarterback's not really kind of set up to throw over there unless it's across his body. Pimp Pizzle just steps up and fires and kind of like does it, you know, looking effortless.
Kick is away. Sproles will return. Sproles about the 25, and that's where A&M will start their next possession. Do you think that they'll go for another touchdown quick, or do you think they should just run the clock out here?
I'm not really sure. You know, I think he's probably just going to kind of run out the clock. But like I said on the last possession, if they do something where they're really crowding the box and really trying to stuff the run, you know, then he might take advantage and exploit that somehow.
So man motion, triple option. Gump will pick up 3 this time, 2nd and 7.
And that's the best play for both teams involved because he could have potentially pitched it for bigger yardage. But if he attempted to do that and the defenseman kind of moves a little bit differently, that could have been a fumble, and that would have not been so good. So, you know, the potential there, it's just a safer play to just keep it.
Flex button against and a man in motion. They go back left. Gump is stuffed. Loss of 2 this time, 3rd and 9.
Yeah, and that's the kind of thing is that Texas A&M is just really trying to run out the clock here, but Tennessee is really kind of like gathering up by the line and kind of sending their guys in, not really defending, you know, as much in the backfield and, you know, to the back. So Texas A&M might throw here.
A&M will break the huddle. They go strong eye right. Tennessee coming heavy to the line. They run an A-chain. Gets hit. He picks up 5, 4th and 3 now. A&M, do you punt or do you go for it? What are you thinking here?
We'll have to wait and see, but really impressive the way that he was able to get some of A-chain there, because if he didn't get that chip on A-chain right there and make him fall, and maybe that was just the mud on the ground, but he would have absolutely been you know, out to another house call. So there was nobody else in that backfield.
A&M does punt it away. Charles back to return. He lets it bounce, and it's at the 15.
That's a JT special. He did that to the opposite sideline. Impressive. I mean, you kind of have to get that angle the way that he got it. However, that is showing off a big leg right there. Getting it down inside the 20 from where they were. That's a JT special punt right there.
Pimp Pizzle drops back looking. Throws across Adam Roberts now past the 30. And they'll have a first down. And you said it. You have to get the angle. He did basically what is known as a rugby punt, but did it from a spot punt position.
Hey, you better chill out. Those rugby players, man. You don't want to meet them in a dark alley.
Exactly. They go bunch again this time. Pimp Pizzle drops back. He's looking. Throws. This is complete to Callaway. First down. Tennessee, and Callaway showing up again.
Mama, there goes that man. I mean, he just puts it down and picks it up and just plays with it. He's a stud out there. He's a player to watch. He's made my players to watch.
Pimp Pizzle drops back again, looking, throws, almost picked off by Jordan Gilbert.
And that's the difference that we've seen between Hyatt and Callaway, right? Callaway a little bit more of that possession type, kind of works his way back, you know, manipulates his body control, you know, to kind of get back to the ball, to snag it from the defender before the defender gets there. Whereas Hyatt, he wants to catch it in stride and, you know, race up the field, you know. So nice little two-headed monster there in the dynamicism, but, you know, one player playing differently than the other. Oh.
Well, this one is picked off, got a little too greedy by Pimp Pizzle, and A&M will return it to the 50. That is the 6th takeaway by the A&M defense.
Yeah, A&M defense is eating free. Eating free out there. I don't know the name of the the town that A&M's in, but they're eating free. That defense really putting it down today.
That would be College Station there, George.
College Station. Thank you.
A-Chain. He's going to break it to the 30, to the 20, 10, 5. Touchdown! A&M, he even slowed up the disrespect.
Nah, that's not disrespect. He actually didn't feel great about scoring there. But I mean, they've just been a buzzsaw today. You know, they've really made it look easy today. 69, nice.
Very nice score there, George. I'm very happy about that.
That's
Take us
probably.
away. Hyatt will knee. Go ahead, George.
Oh, it's better. It's better left unsaid.
And now, Tennessee, they want to go score one more time here before we get into, you know, the end of the game. They want another one, get some more points on the board. Maybe look for Callaway another couple times. Pimpizzle will send Callaway in motion. Pimpizzle drops back looking. Throws. Here's he throws incomplete. Antonio Doyle in the area.
Yeah, Doyle rules, baby.
Here we go, just over 2 minutes left for the Volunteers. They go trips to the right, attached tight end, dropping back is Pimpizzle, he's looking. Pimpizzle hits, he throws to Roberts, almost caught, but good play by the defensive backs of A&M to swat that away.
And that's kind of what we've been seeing all game. I mean, that's very impressive defense.
Tight bunch set to the right. Pimpizzle drops back, looking. Throws. Incomplete. They did catch it. I thought it was incomplete, but no. Hyatt over the back.
Yeah, I mean, Hyatt, you know, I was talking about him earlier that he wants to catch and run, but I guess he's got a little bit of that dog in him.
Went behind the back of the defender. Now Pimpizzle does roll left. Pimpizzle will take off. Looking gets leveled. He'll pick up 6 though. Looks like they're going to go to the same set again. That 5 wide bunch. Pimpizzle looks to the sideline to get the play. He drops back looking. They'll throw it underneath the Callaway. First down for the Volunteers, 7 yards. Tennessee driving down the field. 41-point game, but this is for pride. They want to go score this. Pimpizzle drops back, looking. Throws. He's got Hyatt underneath. First down, Volunteers. And the drive continues, 1:37 left. And we get a timeout from the Volunteers here to talk it over what they want to do. They're at the 35 of A&M, and currently we're seeing, you know, a very good drive. They're showing what they could do all game long, and, you know, T. Clean's got to be happy with his players that they have come back out, and they're not going to give up. They want to keep fighting. They throw a corner here to Callaway. He's at the 10. What a throw. What a catch. And the clutch Callaway is there once again. Deuce Harmon that time on the tackle. And Tennessee hurry up once again. Shotgun bunch to the right. They spread them out even further right now. Pimpizzle checks at the line. Small to the left of Pimpizzle. Pimpizzle now drops back looking. He rolls left. Looking for a man. Throws back across the grain. This is dropped. You know he was trying to go to Callaway in a very uncharacteristic throw and ball not caught by Callaway. You know, Callaway, he's had the ability to catch some great balls in crazy positions. But that time just could not haul it in. Pimpizzle drops back, he's looking, will throw. This is picked off. It's the 7th A&M takeaway, and that one likely to ice the game. But A&M has to get out of the shadow of their own end zone. They're at the 1, basically backed up as far as possible. Gump has the flex bone. Sends a man in motion, handed off up the gut. They will get about 3 or 4 to Doty. And now A&M does have a little bit of breathing space. Clock ticks under a minute. Gump will go, send a man in motion, hand off. Doty again, stuffed. He loses 1, and there's the timeout from Tennessee. 31 seconds on the clock here. They're at their own 2-yard line.
Yeah, it really gives you the mentality here of the coach. Never say die, never quit. And, hey, man, I can respect it.
A&M comes out flex bone. Hyatt is out of the game, pending Tennessee coming back on the field. They're stuffed again. A&M is loss of 1. Dowdy. The clock will continue to run, though.
Interesting stat line we just saw. Missing because of a concussion. Now, I've never seen multiple games missed for a concussion, but hopefully it's just he'll be back next week, sort of situation.
Mild concussion, so hopefully we do see Hyatt in action in week 4 because Tennessee does have the bye week next week. But that is the end of the ball game. The Aggies win it 69-28 over the Tennessee Volunteers. George, what did you think about that ball game?
It was just an incredible showing. Tennessee was able to hang with them right away, but Texas A&M never really took their foot off of the pedal. Just really, really impressive.
Absolutely, and now we go into our post-game show. We will bring in the winning coach, JT. JT, do you have us in the booth?
Yeah, can you guys hear me?
Yes, we hear you, JT. Great win by your Aggies. The ground game seemed to be what you guys preferred all day. What was the importance to you of establishing the ground and making it so Tennessee had to come play that first so then you could get the passes off?
Yeah, so the last 2 seasons we've really relied on the passing attack. In this offseason, we stepped back and we looked at our offense and what we needed to improve, and the ground game was it. So our mindset was come in, we need to have at least 200 yards rushing. If we get 200 yards rushing, it's going to open everything up. And, our offensive line this year they're stacked, other than the one play where they all got fucking flattened. But it's just the running backs are getting the holes, they're seeing the holes, and they're hitting it, so...
Well said, and you come out in so many different formations. We saw the pistol, we saw the shotgun, we saw full house, we saw flex bone, we saw offset eye. What goes into your decision of what formations you're going to bring into a game? And you have the bye next week. You got week 4 action. What are you thinking? Possibly, are you going to add in some more formations, some more plays?
Yeah, there's a lot more formations in this playbook that I didn't use at all today. I was just testing out a couple things. I know nobody in this league ran the flex bone over the last 2 years, so I figured why not give it a shot, see how it works, and I'm pretty happy with it. So it might stay, it might go. You never know. Might see a Statue of Liberty week 4.
George, you have some questions for head coach JT?
Nah, he pretty much answered it all, especially with that Statue of Liberty. That's what I was really wondering about. But just talking here about week 4, your matchups with SMU. Any nuggets that these viewers today are going to get for that game coming up? Are you going to give us any of what you're going to be doing, or what the phrase or motto is going to be going into that, taking on your second road opponent?
Yeah, Proles. That's his name is circled on our roster for that game. If you were here last season and watched the game, Proles sold at the end, dropped a wide open pass. We would have taken the lead and I think he had like 6 seconds left at that point, but he dropped it at a pass interference the next play. So, yeah, he's the man to watch that game. He's been talking to me all offseason about how he wants to take down the Mustangs.
All right, Coach. Well, I hope him and A-Chain get the job done, and best of luck the rest of this season, except for your matchup against USC. But great game today.
Appreciate it, guys. Good call.
Thanks.
Good job. And so now we will bring in the head coach for the Tennessee Volunteers, T. Clink. T. Clink, do you have us in the booth? Hey, Coach T. Clink, do you have us?
Yeah, can you guys hear me?
Yes.
There you go. So T. Clink, not the result you guys wanted coming into this game, but your players showed that they're willing to fight, continue fighting down the stretch. Callaway seemed to be your #1 target. How important is it to get Pimpizzle some more experience with the starting group, especially as you go later into the season?
It's definitely going to be very important just because Bailey's not played great so far this season. That makes 7 picks already this season, so possibly looking at more Pimpizzle and coming in the future here. This a little more speed at the quarterback position, give us more dynamic picture. So right now, it looks like it's Pimpizzle's job to pretty much lose.
And, this week didn't go your way. You guys have the bye week next week before you go week 4 and you go play Texas. Going into Texas, there's going to be a lot of pressure, big stadium. And, your players, they do seem to respond well to some adversity. They showed that kind of today. They're responding well to it. Now, with this next week of practice, what do you think you're going to focus on with these players to get them prepared for Texas?
Try to beat more man coverage. That's what Texas likes to run, man coverage. 2 deep safeties. Gives you multiple looks. Bring the safeties, keeps them back. Keeps you guessing. So, we've got to figure out how to beat man coverage. We've got to figure out what we can do best. And we've got to get small more involved for sure. Small's not been a big factor like he's been in the past. Running game going. Running game kind of not really been there this year so far, so we've got to figure out how to get that going. Obviously, bring in a normal quarterback could help. Not saying Bailey isn't, but it's got to get the running game going, that's for sure.
Now, George, do you have any questions for head coach T. Clink?
Clink, I just wanted to say, thanks for, doing this press conference, just showing your professionalism. Got a lot of season ahead, and good luck the rest of the way. I know a lot of great things are going to happen for Tennessee throughout the season.
Appreciate that, George, and big game, JT.
That is the end of our coverage of the first game, but stick around. We still have game 2 coming up. Now, with week 4 for these 2 teams, you've got JT will go ahead, will be hosting SMU in week 4, not playing week 3. And the same thing for T. Clink, will not be playing week 3, but will be playing week 4 at Texas. Stick around,
so that is
doubleheader coming up tonight as well.
Yeah, we have our second game of the doubleheader. It was originally scheduled for 9 o'clock, but we got a matchup between the Sooners and the Washington Huskies. We got a lot of matchups this week. Matter of fact, we also got a game on Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern, and then we got our game of the week on Monday at 8 p.m. So definitely stay tuned for that one, guys. But we are going to take a short intermission right now, and we are going to come back for this matchup. Number 2, Oklahoma, traveling at Washington, number 15. We'll see you guys soon. I'm going to roll some commercials.
Play it. So we are here, Oklahoma versus Washington. And, George, this is going to be a good battle. Both are top 25 teams. And in my opinion, we're going to see Washington try to take the air game. Oklahoma does have a very good secondary as well.
Yeah, Oklahoma, number 2 overall. You think, that they're an absolutely cracked team with 95 plus everywhere, offense and defense. But it's their first week, right? Like, they didn't have a week 1 matchup, and Washington did. And they had a crazy close game against a tough Trojan team and, broke into the top 20 and now to 15 and looking to do more. If, they come out of away with this home victory, they might crack the top 10. Who knows? But, yeah, they're going to try to do it through the air. Last week, Brock Heward only had 5 incompletions out of 30 attempts, and he had 300 yards passing and a couple of touchdowns. But they're going to need to get that ground game going with Richard Newton.
Yeah, Richard Newton was more of an air threat than he was on the ground. I mean, when you have a running back that needs to be a feature back, you're thinking, what, about 15 to 20 touches in the game, or do you think more?
I think I don't know. I think at least 15, and then maybe 5 to 10 catches also. So maybe 20 to 25 total touches, because he is their feature back. And the screen game was really, we saw it in the last game in the first broadcast, right? Like, screen game is big there. It was also big for Washington too. A lot of Richard Newton had 150 yards receiving, as a running back. Only 30 on the ground, but hey, 150, it's close to a 200-yard day. So I think that maybe a little bit more balanced attack will just keep Oklahoma guessing a little bit more, and that's going to be important, especially in these tight, close games.
Well, this Washington crowd is rocking. We are about ready to get underway here. And it looks like we're going to see, if I see this right, Oklahoma return this one. So Oklahoma will return, I believe. And, this is going to be very interesting. Washington gets the second half kickoff, so they can kind of just match for what the Sooners want to do. We are underway. Second game of the doubleheader here. Rollins will let it go out the back of the end zone, and the Sooners take over at the 25.
That's what we saw last week. USC really didn't get too many kicks to return. Looked like when they did return it, Washington had good coverage. So that might be a storyline for today. And if that storyline breaks the other way, then that's the story.
And we expect true senior Spencer Rattler to take the reins for Oklahoma. Very accurate player. But let's see.
No, it's Williams.
No, they come out with Caleb Williams here.
Yeah.
Give it to Trey Bradford. Cuts up. He has 7.
That's a great call for first down. When you get 7, it really sets you up in the right way. But yeah, Rattler, on the bench today. We will see him at some point. He does see action, but Williams right now.
Caleb Williams makes a check over to the sideline. He drops back looking. Throws. The screen is complete to Trey Bradford. Bradford has the first down and more. 8 yards.
And that's what you like to see. 1-for-1 passing and, one productive pass play, one productive run play, moving the chains and high, fast pace right here with no huddle.
Up tempo. They go really wide with their stack bunches. Caleb will throw it over the middle for Trey Bradford again. 10 yards, just short of the first down marker.
Big number 41 with the smack right there. When you get it to Bradford with such a decisive pass, in that open space, you think that he's going to be able to make a move and, get to the third level there. But 41 came and just laid the hammer right there, and that's what you love to see. Washington looking good in those throwback unis right there. I'm really liking those classic looks.
Caleb Williams comes out. He's got split backs, 2 receivers to the right, 1 to the left. Play action, looking. Caleb Williams will roll. Williams has the first and more out to about the 41. First down, Sooners.
That's the headline. First down, Sooners. And Caleb Williams is pumped about it as we see no huddle. A lot to digest on that last play. Let's see if the slip action slows down, and I'll catch up with you.
They go to the same formation. Williams checking at the line. Play action, he'll look. Throws left. Caught by Williams. He's at the 12. Mario Williams, 29 yards. First down, Oklahoma in the red zone.
Yeah, let's listen to this crowd. Just absolutely, trying to get their Huskies pumped up here.
It is rocking here. Caleb Williams has two backs again, two to the right, one to the left. Play action looking. He'll roll right now. Williams looking downfield. He goes down, running out of time, is sacked, loss of 6.
And that's why we hear the crowd, right? Because they knew that this defense is a 99 overall, right? Absolutely cracked that defense. You know, nobody better than McDuffie, right? McDuffie on defense. Definitely a NFL caliber player. But the front seven got it done against USC last week. Holding them to just 21 points.
They come out here in the pistol. 2-by-2 look. Williams checks to the line, drops back looking. Throws. This is batted away by Kyler Gordon. Great defensive play by the corner.
Yeah, he says that he could play football too. McDuffie is the guy who gets the headlines. He gets all the love because he's a 99 overall. But Kyler Williams is right behind him. He's absolutely, maybe just not as fast, but every bit as good a player, and he could hit too.
Now we'll see 3rd and 16. Very difficult down and distance for Oklahoma. But they've gotten out of these sort of situations before. They go 4 wide, attached tight end to the right. Bradford is to the right of Williams. Play action, looking, throws, complete to Bradford. They're going to give him the first down, first and goal inside the 5 for Oklahoma, and they go hurry up.
When I saw him breaking open, I looked at him like a fat kid looks at cake. I love it.
A great 3rd down conversion. First and goal. We'll see what they like to do. They go counter. Bradford, he gets stuffed after spinning, had no power when he spun and gets driven back.
No power after spinning, but he had to spin to continue living because the defensive penetration there on that other side where he spun away from was absolutely going to swallow him like a whale. And he got away from it, but there was just a defender on the other side too, and that man met him in the gap and popped him.
Caleb Williams elects to go 5 wide here.
Yeah. 5 wide.
We go power. Caleb Williams, he's in. Touchdown, Sooners.
And we see why Caleb Williams has gotten the start today. His legs are dangerous. That is going to be a storyline for the number 2 Sooners coming out on their opening drive, going 70 yards.
Jefferson's kick is up, and it is good. Oklahoma leads it 7-0 over the Huskies, but the Huskies will have their possession next.
Yeah, absolutely. The Huskies, we know what they're going to do. They're going to feature Brock Heward. He's going to attack the air. Last week they really picked apart the middle of the USC defense.
Here comes the return. Trying to make some men miss. Oh, and he gets lit up as Giles Jackson. He'll go out to about the 23, a 29-yard return.
And that just makes me bring up one point that I wanted to mention in pregame, but didn't get a chance to, is that, Washington didn't have any fumbles last week. Kept it really clear. Had a couple interceptions in the air, but nothing, no fumbles on the ground. They got to continue that this week.
Heward will drop back, looking, throws. It's complete to the tight end, Quentin Moore.
Yeah, and so far, Sooners defense is looking like they got some pad pops going. Absolutely laying the lumber when they get to the spot. As long as they could get to the spot, they could lay the lumber. But Washington trying to beat them to the spots at this point. Let's see how they do on second down.
No corners on the right. They're all on the left for Oklahoma. Now they shift the tight end outright. It's pistol, play action, looking. Heward throws underneath. It's complete, making a man miss. It's Jalen McMillan, 13 yards, first down, Washington.
Lots of breakdown on that play. First of all, had the pass protection, could have scrambled to the right, could have bought some more time. Everything was completely open there on the field side. You know, no Sooner defender, you know, for the first two levels, really. And then with step back, that was nice.
Heward will run read option, cuts it up. Sam Heward, first down and more. It's a Sooner territory.
If I'm not mistaken, that's Heward's biggest scramble for the season. I don't think he went for that much against the Trojans last week, but, you know, designed run play and effective first down there.
Pistol for the Huskies. Heward making checks at the line, making sure the protection is set. Now talking to his receivers, he'll drop back now, looking. Throws the quick out route. He's got the first down and more for Giles Jackson.
Yeah, had a similar opening on the other side too. Looked like symmetry right there on the left and right side. Both guys were open and delivered it on time right there. Able to run for a first down. Great play.
Heward will keep. Cuts it up. And it looks like he'll have 2 yards this time, Sam Heward. Just following his running back into the gap that opened up.
Not the best rep for Washington on that one. Not really sure what happened, what else they could have been done. I don't think that's one of those ones that it's like a bad play against a bad call. I don't think that's that at all. Just got to execute in those positions. Can't run into your own guys, you know, and you want to avoid the tacklers, but you want to do it with as minimal movement as possible to stay elusive and keep your speed while going upfield.
2nd and 8. 2-by-2 shotgun look. Tight end attached to the left. They send a man in motion. Dropping back looking. Throwback screen. Is it going to get to him as he's hit as he throws? Incomplete.
Sooner defense got there on that one. Put Heward on the ground for a second time in a row. Pass protection not able to hold up there. Puts him at a 3rd and long. And this first quarter's gone by pretty fast, Junior. Only a couple minutes left.
Yep, only a couple minutes left. It's 3rd and 8 here. You would expect this to be a pass. They haven't really gone to Newton in the backfield as much yet. But dropping back is Heward. Heward looking. Roll now. Under pressure. Making men miss. He's going to be short of the first down. Knocked out of bounds after a pickup of 5 or 6. 4th and 2. What do you do here?
Well, he's going for it. What I do is I watch and I get ready to see what's going to happen, but I guess he's got to play and he's got a formation he likes.
Sends the running back Howard outside. Heward, empty set. Drop back looking. He throws the curl. It's complete to Abdunzi.
4-man rush.
Can you pronounce that, George? I do not know how to pronounce that last name.
4 down linemen didn't get there. Looked like they were trying to edge control and just try to spy the quarterback and try to contain him in the pocket. Pressure didn't get there, and he was able to complete a short one for a first down.
Heward has the corner, but he'll get down before he's hit gain of 7.
Yeah, Heward's taken a lot of hits so far, so smartly, you know, just slides down on that one after gaining 7. That's a productive run play. Lived to fight another down. You don't want to get hit multiple times in a row, and he's gotten hit recently, so smart play there, safe play, and still got a couple minutes left to punch this in and only 8 yards to go. And that's one of the things that I really appreciated. Sorry to cut you off. That's one of the things that I really appreciated about Washington last week was that they really did some clock management and time management really, really effectively. So if he's able to get a first down and not just punch it in right away, he might take the whole quarter.
Heward sends a man in motion. Becomes a 2-by-2 look. Dropping back looking. He'll take off. Heward inside the 5, first down Huskies.
Yeah, and that's the first down that I was talking about, right? But they do go no huddle here, so maybe he likes the personnel or the defense that the Sooners are in. But I thought he was going to kill the clock here, but maybe he looks like something he's ready to exploit.
Heward looking over. He'll send a man in motion. The tight end now flexed. We go inside zone. No counter, excuse me. And it's a touchdown, Richard Newton.
Richard Newton been hitting the weight room apparently between last week and this week. I don't know. Maybe he's got You know, maybe he was on an all king salmon diet, you know, this past week. He was just really hard to bring down right there. That was really impressive running. Didn't get a lot of carries, but, you know, punched it in when it counted.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but that's his first touch on the ball today, and there is a flag down. And the Sooners get called for running into the kicker.
Yeah, just running. That's a 5-yard penalty. That's much better than the 15 variety for roughing. But yeah, I think that is the first one. You know, he's tried to get him the ball a couple times, you know, previously, especially on the halfback angle route earlier. I saw that, but, you know, that'll be there available later in the game. But Sooners need to answer back.
Rollins will return. He's still on his feet past the 25, about the 28-yard line, and that's where Oklahoma will take over.
Yeah, Oklahoma here. Oklahoma here, you know, let's break down what they did in the last drive, you know, like passing and running with Caleb Williams, right? So, I mean, maybe some halfback, you know, play here, but they went down the field with a lot of confidence last time, you know, scored an opening possession against Washington, no problem. So I think they feel like they're going to score a lot today.
Oklahoma comes out 4 wide. Pistol look. Caleb Williams making checks at the line of scrimmage. He'll drop back now, looking. He goes out the seam, batted away by Cameron Williams. Great defensive play.
And that's what you like to see, right? You know, I mean, like, this Husky defense, right? These dogs, you know, ranked 15, you know, battle from 20 to 15, you know, by taking down the Trojans. And, you know, Trojans had less than 200 yards passing last week, and this is kind of a no-fly zone. That's what they like out here.
4 wide shotgun look. They hand it off to Trey Bradford. Bradford's still going. He's got the first down.
And that's some tough running there by Bradford. You know, you love to see that. If he could bring that type of production all day and that toughness right there and that steadiness, then they're going to have a great day offensively and have some options, you know, and keep the Huskies defense guessing.
Hand off to Bradford again.
Ooh.
Cutting back. Bradford, he's got 8.
Quarterback Caleb Williams getting a block on that one.
He's not afraid to lay a little block for his running back to give him more yards, that's for sure. Same formation. Caleb Williams check at the line. Play action, he'll look. Rolling left now. Williams. He's got the first down, a little bit more too. 7 yards, first down Sooners.
A lot of confidence and athleticism from that man, and absolutely decisive decision-making there. Play action, love to see it. Try to hit something deep over the middle. Maybe that deep post route wasn't coming together for him. Sensed a little bit of the pocket penetration and pressure. Dipped out of the pocket to the left. Able to turn upfield and get little between 2 defenders and showing toughness, getting tackled.
3-by-1 look. 1 tight end attached on the right. Handed off on the counter to Trey Bradford. Bradford is stuffed. Loss of 3.
Yeah, and number 2 is going to make plays all day. So, I mean, that's more of number 2 being a guy than anyone else. I mean, that's just what's going to happen. So, I mean, nothing against Bradford, but, you know, that's just a great play by Washington.
That's the end of the first quarter. We are all tied up at 7 apiece. Oklahoma has the football.
Yeah, once again, you know, it's just, this is going to be a matchup all night long. I mean, the first quarter went incredibly fast. I'm really surprised by that. We did see OU, you know, keep a balanced run game, you know, in the first possession, and, you know, definitely a lot of runs here also, and maybe that's what's kind of like making the clock kind of seemingly go fast, but great matchup here so far.
2-by-2 set, attached tight end to the right for Oklahoma. Williams will drop back, he's looking. Throws the out route. And who else but Trey Bradford for 14. First down, Sooners.
No huddle look here again.
Williams rallies the offense to the line. Same look they gave last play. This Jackson in motion, dropping back, looking. Williams, he goes down. He's sacked. Loss of 8.
And that's why we love these user games, because what we saw was same formation, same look. Thought we was going to get the same play. Saw the 2 streaks. Looked like he had the seam. Didn't want to chance it because of 41 and the user play from Broncos. So nice play there. User play, seeing the seam, defending that. Didn't want to force it. We saw one force in the earlier game, and that was a pickoff going the other way. So Oklahoma retaining the ball here. Big play all the way around from everyone.
Send a man in motion, handed off to Trey Bradford. He's got a seam and a great tackle. 11 yards, 3rd and 7 for the Sooners.
Beautiful, beautiful run right there. Absolutely beautiful. Takes 2nd and 18, I believe. Chops it more than in half. You know, and if it wasn't for 94, that big man getting on his horse there, would have had more, would have had a first.
3rd and 7. Then more in motion, dropping back is Caleb Williams. He looks, he throws. Wide open, Hazelwood. First down inside the 10.
Jaden Hazelwood for a 26-yard reception. Huge one. First time we've called his name with his first reception here. And just one more option for Caleb Williams. I think they're going to go Mims here or Bradford. Williams is always a threat with his legs.
Williams keeps. He gets hit. Shakes it off. He's at the 5-yard line, gain of 2.
Tough player. And you see why now, like, you know, even though you got Spencer Rattler, you know, former All-American, like, even though you got him on the bench, it's like Williams is out there putting it forth his effort, you know, giving you max effort on every play.
It's a trip look sniffer for Oklahoma. Williams making checks at the line for his receivers. Now he drops back. He'll look. Trying to take off now. He gets taken down. Sacked. Loss of 2. In the Sooners come up with 3rd and goal. And oh my goodness, could Washington get out of here with just 3 against them this time?
Potentially, but they got to do it for another play, and that's tough because I saw what Williams saw on that last play, which is that he wanted to cut up the middle. It's just that he ran into his own guy, and that's unfortunate. You know, just kind of like with everything that's happening in the stadium, just, you know, confusion and everything. It's hard to do. But Broncos is really in his bag right now, trying to dial up the right defense to keep him out of the end zone.
Sooners 3rd and goal from the 7. Williams looking over the defense, sends Jackson in motion, drops back looking. So you have the screen. He gets hit as he throws. It's incomplete. Cameron Williams in the area, and that brings up 4th and goal for the Sooners.
I like the play call. You know, the screen to the boundary side. I like that. You know, shout out Coach Biggin. But looked like he gave it maybe a little bit too much patience to let it develop. And you know, by that time he couldn't get the pass rush off of him. So he's going to settle for 3 here. It looks like.
Oklahoma setting up in field goal formation. Jefferson's kick is on the way. It's up and good. Oklahoma leads it 10-7.
And that's a good productive drive for Oklahoma. I know it kind of like, you know, started to leak oil there at the end, but, you know, honestly, they were just kind of one broken tackle away or, you know, one block away from getting a touchdown there, especially on that Rattler. Or not Rattler, but Williams, when he held it on the keeper. If the running back who was part of the read option play would have gotten his block, he would have. Whoa,
he's got the edge. He's in the 40. He's in the 50, the 40, the 30. Cutting back in 20, 10, 5. House call. Giles Jackson.
Giles Jackson. All right. Sometimes you only become a player when you make plays. That's how you become a player, and that's how we learn your name, right? You become a player by making plays, and that was one hell of a play. OU had kind of fought and clawed to kind of get a lead back, and Washington scores with one play.
That kick is up. The kick is good. 14-10, just like that. Washington has a lead. Giles Jackson, oh my goodness, someone better have clipped that ball. Because that, I mean, he's going to keep that in a trophy case. That's the record for longest kick return. Touchback, and Oklahoma will take it at the 25. And here we go. I mean, Oklahoma, their offense is pretty tired, but so is the Washington defense. Defense didn't get a lot of time off the field to catch a breath. We'll see what the Sooners want to do. And remember, Washington gets the second half kickoff. So when we get to the second half, if it's within a possession, I mean, Junior Bronco's got to be feeling good about that.
You always want to play with the lead.
Drop back, look, throw across the grade to Jackson. First out spinning and gets knocked out of bounds at the 49.
Lovely spin move right there. And rolling right, throwing across your body. Not always suggested, but played to perfection there. It was wide open for a huge gain.
Oklahoma goes into the hurry up. Drop back, Caleb Williams. He's looking, throws over the middle to Williams. His counterpart, Mario Williams, for 5.
Yeah, Oklahoma keeping this fast pace offense here.
Caleb Williams looking over to the sideline, making sure he's got the right play. We'll hand it off to Trey Bradford. Bradford gets around the corner there, and he's got 7 first down Sooners.
Love to see it, and that's why you go attack style, right? It's because you just stick to chomping and chomping and chomping. They're basically, you know, trying to play from behind now, you know, on a crazy special teams play. You know, they're right back out on the field, but they're eating up yardage, gobbling up yardage again here. You know, this time they were trying to get 7 instead of 3.
2-by-2 look again for the Sooners. Caleb Williams drops back, he'll look, gets hit, and it actually is that complete?
Yeah, that's complete.
Couldn't tell if that was complete or dropped by Trey Bradford, but it's for no gain either way. 2nd and 10. Full house look for Oklahoma. Run the read option. He will not. Oh, he's still on his feet. It's Caleb Williams. I thought he was going to go down. He gained 7 instead. 3rd and 3 for the Sooners. And right now, you've got an offense just clicking on all cylinders. I mean, Washington, their defense, they've come up a few times. They're getting some stops. But they got to stop these 3rd down conversions from Oklahoma. Oklahoma now, 2-by-2 look. Running back to the left of Caleb Williams. Defensive line shifts. They walk down a safety into the box. Play action, looking. Throws over the middle. That is complete. And that is a first down for the Sooners. I mean, this Sooners offense is absolutely lethal on 3rd downs, it feels like.
Yeah, it absolutely. I mean, efficiency is probably one of the things. It's like for both teams, right?
Absolutely. Dropping back, looking. Throws Williams.
Mims.
He goes up Mims.
Yes.
Mims at the 10. First down, Sooners.
Yeah, I think I heard something like they were like, I don't know, dorm roommates or something like that. But whatever. Mims has, you know, it's not the first year with the Sooners, and he's made plays for them, you know, over the time. The Panda's been the coach of them, and we see him right there going across the field again on a slant route.
They go with a base play to Trey Bradford. Bradford loses 1 yard.
Yeah, I mean, the Washington Huskies have a great defense, and it gets a little bit tighter to, you know, kind of like score down here in the red zone for some teams.
2nd and 11 for the Sooners. Dropping back is Caleb Williams. He's looking. He throws complete. Jackson's in. Touchdown, Sooners.
Absolutely great throw right there. Coming across the middle, you know, just throwing it in a tight window, putting it right on there, and a great catch besides the throw, a great catch. And, you know, taking this lead back.
Kick is up. The kick is good. Oklahoma lead it 17-14.
Yeah, coach is feeling it. Coach Panda right there on the sidelines, with his visor and his OU sweatshirt, really feeling it right there. That's a big shot in the arm.
Kick is away. Giles Jackson will return it again. We saw what he did last time. But he can't get anything going. Oklahoma was ready for him this time, and he gets absolutely leveled.
Yeah, fool me once, you're not gonna fool me twice, right? In the famous words of George Bush, right? You fool me once, you ain't gonna fool me again. It's like they were absolutely ready for that one.
So Washington was set up on their own 17-yard line here.
Yeah.
First and 10.
And I'm wondering if Washington is just going to try to kill this whole clock, take the last possession into the half.
Pistol set to the right. They split the tight end out to the right as well. They hand it off. Cutting up there is Cam Davis. He's got 2.
Yeah, looking like a bigger body back. Not sure if he's a halfback or a fullback. Potential question for the coach after the game, along with, game management questions that, we're sure to kind of unfold and see here in the last couple minutes of this half in the game, of course. But, he likes those two back sets, sometimes out of shotgun and then that time out of under center.
Cam Davis is listed as the second string halfback. 2 tight ends to the right, dropping back. He's Heward. Heward will take off now. He's got the first down and hit a little bit more 10 yards. And Washington cooking right here.
Yeah, I thought he had a little bit of a window there for one of his receivers, but didn't want to throw it. Respecting Oklahoma's defense, getting it done with his legs there.
Heward looks to the sideline for the play. Drops back looking. Fires. Complete the sideline. O'Dunes. And he's got the first down.
Yeah, potential smart route there. Might have just been the regular base play. Might have been a smart route audible there. But either way, catch another first down. Basically like a free timeout temporarily. And they're marching down Eaton Field, approaching midfield now.
Exactly. Clock is rolling now, just at 2 minutes. Huskies driving. They come out with 2 backs now. Send a man in motion. Screen back to the right. And oh boy, Lawrence sniffed that one out. Cam Davis will lose 2 or 3 that time.
And that's why Oklahoma's rated number 2 in the game, is because, they're absolutely that's a great play. I mean, he's the only defender to be able to make that play, and he absolutely stepped up, and didn't botch that opportunity. Great play.
5 wide now for the Huskies. 3 to the field, 2 to the boundary. Send one man even farther outside. Heward. Waiting for the snap, drops back now. Looking. Still looking. Throws. He's got a man over the middle. O'Dunes once again.
And, what I really see is just not enough pressure on Heward, just able to stand back there too long. The defensive ends just trying to keep the contain. Despite him not being the most electric, runner, but them, holding assignment and not rushing. Oh!
And that one's almost picked up by Billy Bowman.
Billy Bowman showing why he's not Billy Badass, why he plays defense. Catch the ball and run, sir.
Now you're taking a shot at the DBs.
Well, that one was just, that's the gift you needed right there. Without that happening, Washington could hold the ball and potentially score. It's only second down, where that should have been a drive killer. He's got, multiple more downs to push this ball across, not to mention 3 timeouts.
Zeke comes into a stack set here, 2 by 2. Heward drops back, he's looking. Throws complete and knocked out of bounds is Quentin Moore. First down, Huskies. Now that stops the clock, 1 minute and 2 to play, and Washington very close, if not already in field goal range.
Good clock management here. A couple questionable things as far as okay, why didn't you take a timeout after that, that incredible first down play where, he was able to tackle him. He was the only defender, but, hey, first down and 10, he's cooking with 1 minute.
Read option.
Oh,
goes to Giles Jackson.
Questionable, dangerous.
Very dangerous play, Giles Jackson. No gain though. And Washington does use a timeout.
Yeah. Well, they had to. Because on the last one they didn't, and on that one that would have taken another 20 seconds. Even if you speed, and go on the ball, you got some wide receivers, 10 yards, 15 yards downfield. It takes them a while to get set back up. He had to.
Here they go. 2 backs again. Pistol look. Cam Davis is to the left of Heward.
Yeah.
Newton goes in motion. It's now a 1-back shotgun look. Heward will drop back, looking. Heward has all the time in the world, now throws. This is caught! over the middle. It's McMillan.
The guts.
First down. Huskies inside the 5.
Yeah, at the 3, first down. Plenty of time now after that monstrous completion. It was looking like they were going to have to struggle bust their way over there, but now they are absolutely cooking. You know, just the balls on that player to just throw that. You know, we see Junior not even take a timeout. He's just letting this, you know, he's just deep in the playbook bag. You know, as we see the defense for the Sooners is already out there waiting for the offense to set up.
So 1-5-5 for Oklahoma. 2-by-2 pistol look for the Huskies. Clock ticking.
Read option.
They go. Newton. He's in. Touchdown, Washington Huskies.
Great call to give it to Newton and not pull it back. And 26 seconds left. You know, we've seen this now 2 out of 2 games where Washington is, you know, barring an OU score right here in 26 seconds, 2 out of 2 games where Washington is the last team to score at the end of the first half.
Keys up, kick is good. Washington leads at 21-17 with 26 on the clock. Not impossible to go score if you're Oklahoma. Definitely difficult. Washington kicks it away. Rollins will return this one. He comes out of the end zone. Rollins, stuffed, won't even get back to the 20. He's about the 18 or 19. So 23 seconds for Oklahoma. They have all 3 timeouts. So they can do whatever they want to. If they want to go to the half, I'm sure Junior Broncos is more than okay with letting his Washington Huskies also go to the half. But Oklahoma, for some reason, I get the feeling they want to go take a shot at this.
Yeah, and I look for something like Mims, you know, crossing the field again. You know, maybe this 4 verts.
Play action. Williams throws. Complete to Hazelwood.
Yeah, we called his name earlier.
First down. Sooners call the timeout. 19 seconds on the game clock.
Yeah, had a big catch earlier in this first half. Only the second time we called his name, but man, that's another big one too, because you get a couple more of those and you actually got a chance of getting some points out of this, which would be huge because, you know, they're only down 4.
Full wide set. Caleb Williams will send a man in motion. Play action looking. Throws. Who else but Trey Bradford down the sideline. Inside the 40, 25 yards. First down, Oklahoma. And there's 13 seconds on the clock. The Sooners electing to go hurry up.
Washington with the timeout. Maybe got stuck in a defense they didn't want to be in anymore.
That's how I think that they had to call a timeout. I mean, but that also now allows Oklahoma to have more time, get players rested, and now they're going to be able to use those timeouts later in the drive. Possibly have, I mean, what, 3 more plays?
Yeah, Junior must have a definite scheme here inside the 50 as opposed to on the other side of the 50. To call that timeout right there, he must have been in something that he didn't want to be in. A second timeout.
They were not ready. They did not like what they saw.
And you know what? You know, I mean, you can't take it with you, right? You can't take the timeout into the second half. So with only 13 seconds to play, maybe he's figuring, you know, there's only 2 plays left, you know, regardless.
And I don't blame him. You know, might as well use it. You can't, obviously, like you said, you can't take it with you to the next half. So might as well use them while you got them. Williams will drop back. He's looking. Throws. Complete. Mario Williams inside the 15. First down, Oklahoma. Timeout.
Yeah, Mario Williams right there. Only 3 catches on the day, but 60 yards. And none bigger than that reception right there. You got time for maybe 2 plays. Maybe. You still got a timeout. So, barring disaster, you should get some points out of this.
Absolutely should. And you can even throw this ball infield. That's the kind of benefit you have with that timeout. You can throw this ball anywhere, essentially, and still have time to get that timeout off, and then if you need, take the points. 2x2 attached tight end to the right. Williams will drop back. He holds right now. Looking, throws. He's got down, Oklahoma.
Big one. Big one. I thought he had the halfback out of the backfield and nobody around him. He didn't see that read. He bought more time by rolling right and then threw a missile to the wide receiver that was coming from the left side over across to the right, and just beautiful perfection. Big, you know, you don't want to drop it in that moment, and he didn't. He secured it, and now OU is going to be taking a lead into half, barring shenanigans.
Squib kick comes. That's going to go out of bounds. So Washington will get the football in pretty good field position for one shot play if they want to take it. Let's see what they come out in. They go trips to the boundary, one tight end to the left. Dropping back, looking. Gonna heave it high. It goes deep. This is batted down by Billy Bowman, and that is the end of the first half. Oklahoma leads it 24-21. Huskies get the second half kickoff.
Yeah, big play right there by Billy Badass, batting that one down. You know, was sure to make that play, you know, making up for his past errors on the last one. I don't think we're going to get much of a halftime show in here. I think both guys, maybe a short break here. And if I could, let me see if I can. No, that's not working. All right, I was going to try something out, but we'll stay put.
I mean, that was an excellent first half. We knew this game was going to be close. And the Huskies get the football here in the second half. So, I mean, that kind of plays into, you're okay with that because you do have that extra possession to go down and score.
OU coming out with the number 2 team and definitely looking like it. I mean, this is definitely a step up in point production and competition than last week, what they had, and what Washington faced. I mean, because OU was on a bye week, but yeah, I mean, this is going to be a battle right here. I think this one's going to come down to the wire, barring anything crazy.
I agree. And we are getting ready for the second half. Huskies will receive, Oklahoma to kick. The Washington faithful here are electric, just buzzing. Jefferson gets us underway here in the second half. Giles Jackson will return. Jackson looking for a seam. Oh, but this close to having another one. He's out to about the 31, 32 yard line.
I mean, you got to love the big returns, you know. Anytime you get, I mean, special teams is like that unknown factor, right? It's like you think everything is just going to be a certain way, and then big special teams play, and then look out, things really change.
Quad to the boundaries, 2 tight ends, send a man in motion. Heward will pitch it. Giles Jackson spinning and winning. He's got 7.
Great spin move right there to get away from danger. Nice pitch play there. Like that pitch. Didn't like the one before that, but that was a great one. And 7 yards on first down. Take that every time. Plus, showing some athleticism that possibly, if you keep working that in, maybe he'll get more later.
Three by one, trips to the boundaries, tight end to the right. Pistol set. Heward waiting for the snap now. Play action looking, rolls right. He's going to throw this ball away. 3rd and 3 for the Huskies. Oklahoma defense has played a very good game by making Washington have to drive. They're not giving up the easy drives. They're forcing Washington to have to make a play.
Yes, yes. And that's going to be the interesting like chess match that's going on between these two coaches, because we've seen both make plays at ease and then both also struggle too. So it's a pretty good game so far.
Hewitt drops back, he looks.
Oh!
Pick off Lee!
And that's the pick six we need.
Into the 10, 5, touchdown, Oklahoma, pick 6.
And that's what I'm talking about. Need that in my life. That's the defense right there. Huge game at a huge play at a moment where Washington needed to answer back after losing momentum right before the half. Just remember what happened at the end of the first half, boys. We thought Washington did a masterful job of scoring with only about 20 seconds left. OU is able to move the ball and get 7 out of that one, and then now scoring this 7, that's 14 unanswered. It was like not long ago that this was a really tight contested matchup, and now they're up 2 scores.
But we know with this returner, Giles Jackson, he can do anything. He's done it once today. Jackson bounces it wide. Here goes Jackson. He's to the 40, the 50. He's got one man to beat. The 30. Cuts inside. The 20. 10. 5. Giles Jackson does it again. Oh, my goodness.
Clip it, chat. Clip it, clip it, clip it. That's his second of the day. And way how things change. You know, we were just talking about going up 2 scores. Not anymore.
Oh my goodness. George, my heart is racing. That is amazing. Giles Jackson putting Washington on his back.
Huge play. Huge play. I mean, at the time that his club needed it, because if Washington was going to go back to, you know, just having to, you know, chip away at that, you know, OU defense, I feel like, you know, they would have just become more confident. You know, with the pick 6, their defense was smelling blood.
Rollins trying to do the same, will not get out to the 25, about the 22, 23-yard line, and that's where the Sooners will start.
Yeah, not everybody's built that way, right?
Definitely right. I mean, Giles Jackson, though, I mean, I even said that he can do something in the blink of an eye, and on cue, he does. That just shows you how special that kid is in the kick return. Now, Caleb Williams looking to answer. They go 2 by 2. They'll hand it off to Trey Bradford, who spins and will get 4 on this carry.
And Bradford's been steady, you know, steady this game. I know it's only a 4-yard gain, but hey, you're not dropping back and trying to go 4 verts and, you know, getting sacked or throwing a pick. And so 4 yards is 4 yards, as my man Coach Brusso would say.
Full house look for the Sooners. Dropping back on the play action, Williams throws. He's got Mims. Mims stays on his feet. He's to the 40.
And kind of like the rule of thumb for clips, boys, is anytime there's an INT, a touchdown, or a play for more than 20 yards, that's clippable, right? And anything else is just kind of like, but yeah, man, I mean, that's another big play. I mean, it's a big play right there.
Play action. Williams looks, throws. He's got Carter. First down, Sooners.
Yeah, he's got the Carter right there. That's 2 first downs in a row. They've chopped up a lot of yardage now in just the last couple plays. You know, it wasn't long ago that we were seeing, you know, Bradford only get a 4-yard gain and saying, 4 yards is just 4 yards. You know, and then they're like 30 yards down the field more, 40 yards down the field more, approaching the red zone now, definitely in field goal range.
Split backs look. They hand it off to Bradford again. Bradford cutting up. He's got 7 this time.
Nice moves, and we see the OU offense going over 350 yards today, so they are having a productive game against a 99 rated Washington Husky defense. But, you know, balancing out the run and the pass, you know, Caleb Williams stepping up and making some big boy plays. And the wide receivers playing a great game. I haven't seen too many drops, you know, and I've seen a lot of, you know, stick work after the catches.
Same formation for the Sooners. Williams will drop back. He's looking. Throws across the middle. He's got Jackson. And Jackson about the 11-yard line, 1st and 10.
Yeah, I considered this, this to be the no-fly zone, but this boy's making flies out here.
Washington needs a desperate stop. Williams will flip the formation for the Sooners. They hand it off to Carter. Carter is stuffed. Loss of 1.
I like the call. I really, really like the call because if you go force it into, a red zone force pass right there, it's not the best situation on 1st down. And we've seen a lot of teams struggle with, throwing a pick on 1st or 2nd down. That running play had 2 options, right? Keep it or give it. And he gave it, and it was just the right call against that offensive play call. Just a different defense would have, been exploited.
2 by 2. Williams will drop back. Now he draws. He gets leveled. A gain of 4. 3rd and 7.
Yeah, and that's where, the Washington defense lives, right? They got the big boys over there up front. Their front 7 is strong. Defensive line is very strong. And the backfield is elite. But occasionally, if you think you could just run all over these guys, you're not going to be able to do it. Even with an offensive line like Oklahoma's, Washington's defensive line is pretty stout against the run as well.
3rd and 7. Let's see what the Sooners have drawn up. 2 by 2. Caleb Williams goes under center this time. Drops back looking. He rolls right. He's going to stop, throws, and down, incomplete.
Ill-advised pass, dangerous pass. 3 defenders right there. Should have been picked off. Washington is besides themselves right now, but also at the same time breathing a sigh of relief that Caleb Williams didn't keep it and just get the yardage to gain with his feet.
4th and 7, and Oklahoma's gonna go for it. Jackson in motion. The snap. Williams throws. It's the screen left. Bradford is stuffed. And the stand is complete. The Huskies get the football on the turnover on downs.
And that's just insane. I can't believe it. They had a goal line stand. They were cooking in business a little while ago. It's getting hard to hear you, partner. But it is amazing right now that the Huskies are going to basically take points out of OU's mouth, taking their lunch right there.
This crowd is electric after that stop. Handoff this time. They go to Newton. Newton making a few cuts. He's got 8. This crowd. Junior Broncos might think of just quieting the crowd for a moment here because I can barely hear you, George. This game is so electric right now.
Yeah, Washington feels that with a score, they could really get a handle on this game. But here comes the OU defenders.
They throw a screen, a loss of 4 to Newton.
The screen that was so effective last week against the Trojans, breaking big plays left and right. Newton had 150 yards, receiving last week as a halfback, gets nothing on that play. And without getting a 1st down here, I don't see there's any way you could go for it on 4th down. Not this deep.
They send Newton in motion. Giving him a new route, it looks like. 3 by 2. Dropping back is Hewitt. Looking. Running out of time. He's hit as he throws 4th down and likely forces the punt.
As my Latino counterparts would say, ¿qué? Like, what? What was that? Like, I don't want a Monday quarterback, but the film will show it. That was a big play right there. Lucky he didn't get sacked. The pressure was there. Lucky he didn't throw a pick. That's crazy. But you got to punt. I don't see this being a fake.
Washington does set up to punt. Play clock starting to run down at 10 seconds. Snap is good. Kick is away. Rollins will not keep that ball, so it's going to roll. And this becomes an amazing flip the field at the 20.
Yeah, I mean, punt, clip the punt. I mean, that's a JT special right there by Junior Broncos. He knows how special teams. I mean, the special teams coordinator is maybe like the coach of the day on this one, right? Two kick returns for touchdowns. That flipped the field punt. You know, OU has to drive the whole way again. You know, that's a lot of yardage that OU has to go for scoring a touchdown that they should have already possibly gotten, or a field goal.
Field for Oklahoma. They hand it off to Bradford. Bradford spins. He's got the first down in a lane. There he goes to the 50. Hit and take it down at the 48 of the Huskies. First down.
Yeah, I mean, and that's just, wow. I mean, that's just a big run there from OU. I thought that they had kind of like, you know, stopped running the ball and kind of relied on the pass, but that's a big gain.
Go to Carter out of the backfield on this one. First down again.
Man-on-man coverage right there. Not able to get to him on time and able to hit him right there and setting up another first down as we're approaching field goal range. I know the special teams on Oklahoma, not the most confident group, but approaching field goal range here, possibly tie it up. Be an interesting set of downs here in the last 2 minutes of the third.
Full house for the Sooners. They give it to Carter. Carter trying to cut it up. He's got two.
Wasn't really there on that one. You know, the Washington crowd here getting a little bit, you know, more pumped up. You know, kind of feeling it a little bit.
Full house again. They go the other way for Major. Major, he's got 5 there. And Oklahoma's now rushed for over 100 yards.
Yeah, and it's just war of attrition. You know, like Washington was able to do that goal line stand, but, you know, that took a lot of energy out of them. And then Washington, when it's been able to get a first down, gave them the ball right back. Even though the punt was incredible and they had to march the field, you know, their defense has still got to be fatiguing here.
2 by 2, look. Williams will drop back. He's looking. He throws. This is picked off. The Huskies baited the throw to the seam. Picked off, and there is a flag on the play. Mario Williams is called for face mask, and the Huskies have even better field position after the interception.
Clip it, clip it, clip it, clip it, because that is a player lock INT. If you watch the clip, it's going to be a lock underneath his feet. Impressive, impressive.
The Huskies baited that throw out. Now they go empty. Trips to the boundary, dropping back Heward. Throws. He's got a man on the sideline inside the 40. And right now the momentum just keeps swinging back and forth. Neither team can grab it. Just when one team looks like they've got all the momentum, it gets snatched right out of their hands.
Yeah, you're right. It's back and forth, back and forth. It's like both teams are good, but then the other team like asserts themselves and steps up to the plate, and we got a good one, boys.
5 wide trips to the field. They send a man in motion, dropping back. Heward, he goes down, sacked. Loss of 11.
Yeah, and OU is pumped about that one. Great job getting to Heward on that one. You know, some of these plays are happening because Heward is getting too much time, but not on that one. Taking a big loss right there as the third quarter nearly expires. Maybe we'll have one more play before it does.
The Huskies will have to snap the ball one more time. Drop back, looking. Heward, still looking. Running out of time. Heward, trying to make something happen with his feet. Instead, this is caught! First down, Huskies! And oh my goodness, what a play by Sam Heward!
Yeah, I mean, that's a clippable play, too. I mean, I know it wasn't like, you know, the longest play, but it's more than 20 yards. And that thing is like, he's rolling away from his body. He got the rodeo cowboy legs there. Still able to throw it on a line in between defenders. Incredible.
2 backs in the backfield for Washington. They go Reed, and Sam Heward has nothing going on there. Stop for no gain. And that will take us to the fourth quarter. Huskies are driving. The score is 31 Oklahoma, 28 Washington.
I mean, you got a top 25 matchup. This is what you expect from the users of the NWO. And I'm just happy that you're here with me and hanging on this double header with me. Eagles, I appreciate you.
Appreciate you, George. This has been a very fun one, and I'm excited to say we have a very fun finish in store. They go trips to the boundary, tight end to the right, pistol look. They send a man in motion. They hand it off, up the gut. Newton running over, man. He's got 8, 3rd and 2.
Newton showing that he's got a hard head right there. When he needs to, he can put his head down and got the tough yardage. Nice play there. And I like the call to stick it on the ground there. Try to pick it up on the ground.
They go back to Newton. Newton, he's got the first down at the 10-yard line. 1st and goal, Huskies.
Yeah, based on the alignment from the OU defense, they were looking for something more on the sidelines. They've gone back to back right here. Washington unafraid to keep going to the well as long as it keeps yielding water.
The hurry-up offense by the Huskies. They go back to him. And now they start to slow down, a gain of 1 or 2 this time.
Yeah, but you know, I mean, the more that you run the ball, even if you're not productive doing it, you still keep the defense thinking and guessing if you're going to run or if you're going to pass. And that at times on you know, money downs and need to have it downs, you know, that's irreplaceable, right?
Absolutely. 2-by-2 look, attached tight end to the left. Play action for Heward. Heward rolling right. Heward looking, throws it away. And goal from the 9.
Big play right there for the Sooners. Excellent job on defense. On a similar play against the Trojans last week, Heward was able to break the pocket and rush for a touchdown of a similar down and distance. And on that one, OU, too much team speed. That defensive end, he deserves a free dinner because he made the play that one.
3rd and goal for the Huskies. They are in field goal range. No need to force anything. 5 wide, tight, set. Makes checks to the wide receivers on the right side. They send Jackson in motion. Heward drops back. He'll look. Throws.
Oh, Wheat again!
What?
It's Wheat again!
Hey!
He had one earlier in the game for a pick 6, and Wheatie ate his Wheaties today. I got to look into that player and find out who he is because he made a big one on that one, and the crowd is definitely not feeling that.
Silence has come over this Washington crowd. The only crowd that is on their feet right now are the Sooners away fans that made the trip. Great tackle on Major this time, only a gain of 1 for the Sooners.
Oh my goodness, I still can't get over myself about that pick. I mean, I saw it happening and it still happened. It's like I couldn't stop it.
Didn't need to throw that either. You're in field goal range.
And that's the only difference in the game. But we can't question it. We got a big 5 minutes remaining here.
He gains 4. It's 3rd and 5. Big time. If Oklahoma doesn't pick this up, you have to think they have to punt this ball away.
Yes. I mean, we're so deep into territory. We had a similar thing happen earlier, right? It's like you're so deep in the territory, you got to convert here. And if you don't convert, then you put your tired defense out there again early. And last time we saw a JT special, but this time, I mean, do you really want to rely on that, or do you want to, you know, give your defense a blow and give them a blow before their last maybe rally before the game ends?
Looking, throws.
Oh!
For who? To the 50.
Oh!
To the 30.
Clip.
The 20. 10. 5. Sooners, just like that, make a house call.
What a call, Eagles. I appreciate you starting for stepping on your toes there. Incredible gameplay, incredible decision. Just, you know, an unfortunate set of events for Washington right there. You know, they haven't played bad defense today. It's just, you know, not the best matchup and call on that particular play, and he makes him pay. You know, you don't need a Spencer Rattler when you got Caleb Williams throwing dots like that deep into the 4th quarter on the road against, you know, Washington, top 20 team themselves.
Giles Jackson's done it twice. He will not get it done this time. He's about the 19 or 20.
Yeah, and that's really when you would have wanted it. That's really when you would have wanted it. You know, the last time that OU went to a 10-point lead, it was him who had taken it back on the special teams play for his first of his 2 house calls on kick returns, but he was unable to do it on that one, and now Washington has to do it the hard way.
5 wide. Heward rolling right. Heward looking, throws back across the grain. He's got a man first down, but the flag is on the field from the refs. It's roughing the passer. So tackle on 15 yards onto that completion. Washington already in Sooner territory.
These refs are really thinking that they like own what's going on and that they are really going to try to play this one tight, call this one tight, because, you know, I didn't see it, but yeah, maybe it happened. But yeah, monstrous play there.
5 wide again. Heward checks at the line, drops back to look for a receiver down the field. It's caught inside the 20, about the 16. Oh my goodness. And the hurry up offense from the Huskies.
Sooners disappointed that on that empty set right there. But, I mean, the empty set is a change in scheme now for the Huskies. You know, able to complete that pass. Heward putting it on the dot.
Jackson goes in motion out left. They've got the trips to the boundary again. Drop back for Heward looking. Underneath, he'll just get a nice little completion to pick up 4 and keep them moving forward. We're about 4 minutes left in this ball game.
Yeah, I think he wanted the seam route right there from number 12, but the user linebacker dropped back, and it was going to be too dangerous, too close a call, might have forced it, took the check down right there.
Heward drops back, he'll look. Heward rolls, trying to take off. No, throws it now. Touchdown, Washington Huskies, and they are an extra point away from being only a field goal down.
When you take a look at that clip, what you're going to find is that Heward is able to throw on the run occasionally just as well as he throws when he's set and ready to fire, because that other play came on the left sideline. That time he was rolling right. He did it rolling left earlier. That time was rolling right. Sailed it right over the middle, right over one of the linebackers, and the linebacker couldn't make a play. And that was just a nice precision pass right there. It's very impressive and keeps Washington in the game, because without scoring right there, OU, would have had a chance to go up even more.
And make no mistake about it, Coach Panda is telling his Sooner team, hold on to the football at all costs. Do not drop it. If you go down, put 2 hands on that ball. Hands.
Yeah, I mean, and the weather, the weather is in a situation like it was in the last game. The first game of the doubleheader, it was raining cats and dogs, cats and dogs living together. And this one, it's just, beautiful conditions out here, beautiful evening, little on the chilly side, but that's okay. It makes the hitting better.
Sooners will come out with a single back look attached tight end to the right. Williams will hand it off to Bradford. Bradford stuffed for 1.
Yeah, and, just touching back on what you said earlier, ball security is at a premium right now. But listen to this crowd getting loud, trying to force the OU defense into making a mistake here. They're getting loud.
Same set for Oklahoma. 2nd and 9. Williams hands it off to Bradford on a power. Sniffed out by Washington, brings up a critical 3rd and 8.
And that's what the defense has been looking for. And that's got everybody in this stadium on their feet. And with 3 minutes left, you're in great position to 3rd and long. You're in great position to get the ball back if you can make one more stop. If you're Panda, I don't know if you go for it or not on 4th down. It's really, really close down here to the 20. This is a big play right here, boys. This is a big play.
George, this place is rocky right now. All the fans are on their feet in this sold-out crowd. Send a man in motion. Williams drops back looking. He'll look, throws out the seam, complete. No, Bradford drops it. Bradford all day has been the man that they wanted to go to, but in the most critical situation, he drops pass. pass. I thought surely he would hold that in.
That was a player needing to step up and make a play that he's practiced and done 1,000 times, maybe thousands of times. You know, the 10,000 hour rule, right? He spent all that time practicing that. He was there in perfect position, dialed up the right play, executed the right play, and he just drops the ball. Inexcusable and unfortunate for OU. Now their defense has to get the job done.
What a beautiful punt, though. Absolutely beautiful. And Oklahoma not wanting to touch that ball so they could waste time off the clock. But now 95 yards for Washington if they want to get into the end zone.
And that kind of silenced the crowd a little bit. I mean, they got quieter on that one. They got a long field to go now. 95 yards would be their longest drive of the game. Maybe the longest drive of their season. Maybe the longest drive in Husky history. But if they could do it, it'll give everybody in this building a night to remember. But OU didn't come up here to let that happen.
We are set up for a photo finish in this game. Heward having to roll. Heward will take off. He's got the first down.
Big run by Heward. Just when you think that he can't get it done with his legs, he shows you something like that. He's a nifty, smart runner. You know, not explosive, not dangerous, but just nifty and smart. And, you know, dual threat, he could pass when he runs, so.
Washington. The clock is still running for them. They're at about their own 15-yard line. Send Jackson in motion. They go triple option. And he'll pick up about 2, but George, if he attacks the shoulder of that defender, that pitch goes to Giles, and Giles has a big lane.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, hey, in the moment, it's really tough to alter. I mean, the game's, you know, moving slower for here because we're in the press box, but for them, you know, the game's moving at ultra lightning speed. You know, both teams really haven't backed down at all. You know, we've seen a couple punts lately, but that's only because the defense has, you know, asserted themselves. So tough one on that one.
5 wide trips to the boundary for Heward. Draws back looking. Goes down. He is sacked, and that is a massive sack from the Sooners. This crowd just silenced.
Yeah, you can hear a pin drop right now. That's just bad play on the Huskies' part. You know, I thought he had him over there across the middle, but user player just took him out of that play.
5 wide again. Drop back looking. Heward will throw. Complete over the middle this time. And they go back to, well, what they wanted last play. And it's a first down. Huskies moving the ball. About 1:14 on the clock.
That was a huge pickup. What a roller coaster of emotions for everybody. These players are really putting it on the field. Somebody's going to step up and make even better plays, if you can believe that.
Heward will drop back. He's looking. Throws. That's complete. I believe that one is McMillan.
And that's 250 yards passing now for Sam Heward. And with the 300 that he had last week, and this 250, with about 50 yards to go, he has the chance to eclipse 300 again. So this is an absolute tight one here.
We could be set up for overtime. The screen pass. It's on, and here comes Newton. Newton comes out.
Yeah, I mean, he had to. If he gets tackled inbounds right there, you know, forces Broncos to take a timeout, or forces, you know, them to, hurry up and huddle, and then kills a lot of the clock anyways. Neither of them the best position. So he tried to get away, but, you know, more agile than he'd like to be on that one.
Drop back looking. They'll roll right now. Still looking is Heward. He's going to take off up the gut, slides inbounds, and that will force a Husky timeout.
Yeah, forces a Husky timeout, but still relief on the Washington side that he was able to make something from nothing there, because Oklahoma was getting some pressure on him. It looked like he was going to have to force an incompletion, or it looked like he was going to be forced to take a sack there. Able to get away from pressure and make a positive play out of that, showing his guts right there. Great play.
The handoff to Newton. Newton does have the first. He's got a lane opening up. He's inside the 30, and that's where he'll be taken down.
Yeah, and the crowd loves that one. Absolutely monster play. Puts you in field goal range. I absolutely know that they could kick a field goal from here, but they want more than that.
Send a man in motion. The handoffs to Newton again. And right now, Washington looks content for field goal range.
Sometimes what you do when you're going to kill something, you walk right up to it and you start to pet it like it's your friend. You start to make yourself feel and look harmless, and then you put it right up to him and you just take it out. And I wouldn't be surprised right now if Washington takes a shot with a play action pass.
Washington wanting the photo finish. Heward will roll right. Will throw complete. And there is a flag on the field. Let's check it.
What is the flag?
It's a pass interference.
And
that is a massive play, as that's good. I mean, that's close to kicking him out of field goal range.
That's 15 yards back from the infraction spot. And at this point, we're looking at a 53-yard field goal, which is makeable. But now he's going to use his 29 seconds to try to take a couple shots. Look for screen passes to the outlets. Look for the crossing route to the middle. And look for Heward in case he needs to use his legs.
Empty look. 3 to the boundary, 2 to the field. Heward drops, he'll look. Heward still looking. Heward still looking. He's backing up all the way. Oklahoma Sooners are not rushing him. Not all day. Now he's got to scramble. Throws it away finally. Wasted a lot of time on that one.
We're definitely going to have an opportunity to ask Coach about it on that play. Remember that one? Mark that in your daily planners. That's a 2nd and 18 long play after the penalty of offensive pass interference. That's one to mark down in your books, boys.
3rd and 18. You surely need to get to at least the 33 to make it feel a lot more comfortable for your kicker. Heward drops. Heward looking. Throws. He is short of the first down. 4th and 1. Timeout, Washington.
Huge play right there, making it a 4th and 1. You got 11 seconds left. You could get 2 plays out of this, but you got to make sure you get a first down. If you don't get a first down, you lose the ball game. If you kick a field goal, you probably send it to overtime. Talk about decisions and not a lot of time to think about it.
Washington will go for it. The quarterback sneak. They do give it to him. First down, Washington.
I don't believe it. I don't believe it. I don't know about that spot.
Block this ball. Now they are. And they spike it with 8 seconds left. That previous play cannot be reviewed because another snap had happened.
Sanctions.
2nd and 10. At this point, if I'm Washington, I'm taking my 3 right now. That's how I'm feeling.
That's why they pay us what we do, and that's why they pay them what they do.
Oklahoma looking to ice the kicker.
Looking to ice. Anti-freeze skill activated. Fuck with him, you know he's got it.
Carry Byers. And timeout again, trying to mess with him.
Double ice. We're going for a second ice. And he's got level 2 activated.
That 3rd timeout can still be used by the Sooners. Carry Byers is on for the try. Snap is down. Hold is good. Kick is away. And it is good. We are tied up at 38 apiece with 5 seconds left in the fourth quarter.
And Washington didn't get the touchdown they wanted, but they got the field goal that they needed. And barring a 5-second miracle, they're going to send this to some free football.
Rollins will return. Rollins spinning. And he only took 3 seconds off the clock. Oklahoma will get the football at the 16. And you know that the Sooners, they might just be okay with going to overtime, but personally, I would be willing to take one shot. Just get something. If you don't have anything open or it's going to be too risky, just throw it away. Nice and easy.
Yeah, I do that sometimes myself. Just kneel on the ball, run the ball, something like that. You know, if you throw an interception, you know, it's got to be all the way down the field. It can't be anything short. We've seen a pick 6 in this game. There's a guy running around with a red helmet who's got 2 interceptions already. Oh, wait, wrong guy, wrong field. My bad. Chuck it. Chuck it. Chuck it deep.
The read option instead by Caleb Williams. Williams brought down, and that will bring an end to the fourth quarter and regulation. NWO fans, we are going to overtime.
Yeah, you guys joined us. You guys joined us for 8 quarters of football tonight, and we thank and love you for that. We're giving you a 9th, no charge here. NWO Week 2 doubleheader. Absolutely golden to see this. It's a top 25 matchup. If you guys have forgotten, Oklahoma's ranked number 2. Washington has climbed from 20 at the beginning of the year to 15, trying to break into the top 10. Next week, Oklahoma is going to go and see SMU. And next week, Washington, I believe, has a bye.
And Washington already burning a timeout.
Yeah, they're just letting people buy more of those half-off hot dogs that they sell here at overtime.
And so Washington will play defense first, meaning they'll get to see what they need for their possession. Trips to the left. Williams runs the read option. Trying to find the edge. He's at the 20, taking down about the 16-17. 2nd and 3.
Great play right there by Oklahoma, and they're going in the no huddle here. They like what they see.
The hurry up from the Sooners. Same formation. They hand it off to Bradford this time, who gets stuffed for 1. 3rd and 2. Critical moment here.
Yeah, the dog squad loves it over here.
Hurry up by the Sooners once again. Williams will make a check at the line. Will drop back now, looking. He'll roll left. He's got a lineman on his tail. Makes a miss. He's at the 10, 5. Caleb Williams knocked down at the 1.
Whoa, what a play right there. I don't know how he got away from the defensive end, but that was incredible. I thought he scored a touchdown.
So did I, but apparently knocked out at the 1-yard line was Caleb Williams. And that could come back to haunt Oklahoma if they can't get in the end zone right here. They go jumbo set here. Williams, quarterback sneak. This time he's in. Touchdown Sooners.
Yeah, and only the Sooner fans are excited about that one. You like to hold them to 3 in overtime if you can, but Caleb Williams too much with his legs in this overtime period, showing why he is the starter for the number 2 team in the country.
So now Washington knows what they need to do. They need to put the ball in the end zone this drive.
That's the only place that it could go, Broncos, for this dream for the Huskies to stay alive of going 12-0 this season.
And I think it goes without saying, but this is upset alert for Oklahoma, the number 2 team in the nation, possibly going down to number 15.
Well, now that they have anything to say about it, we already got Weedy with 2 interceptions. Let's see what happens.
They go power out of Wildcat, and Newton gets just lit up in the backfield. Loss of 3, 2nd and 13.
Yeah, couldn't break away from the tackler there on that one. Great tackle there. That man eats free. But, you know, not a disaster. You know, 2nd and 13 isn't that much different than 2nd and 10.
2-by-2 set. They send a man in motion. Now it's trips to the boundary. Dropping back. Heward looking. Heward throws underneath. That's McMillan. He's got it for 6. That is 3rd and 7 for the Huskies.
Yeah, gets a little bit back right there. It's sort of what they needed, you know, because after a negative play on 1st down, you don't want a negative play on 2nd down. And even though you don't get the whole cake right there, you get a little nibble of it. You get a little nibble of it, and you get one more crack to get a bigger nibble.
3rd and 7. 2-by-2 attached tight end to the right for the Huskies. Instead of man in motion, will become trips. Heward. Play clock running down. Will drop back now, looking. Heward throws. Complete. He is short of the 1st down marker. McMillan. Great catch, but 4th and 1. And the Huskies want a tempo, so Oklahoma doesn't have time to set up.
Big gutsy call right here. 2nd one of the day. We saw a big gutsy call earlier.
They'll go from under center. Maryland I. They look to the sideline for a new play. Another play from the sideline. They'll go quarterback sneak. He didn't get it. Oklahoma's going to win the football game.
And all you can hear is that little section of red right there getting excited about that play. They called for 2 audibles or 2 fake audibles and try to get the defense to jump off sides. And that's not the way that you beat the number 2 team in the nation on this upset night, on this squashed upset night here tonight. What an incredible game we just saw. Incredible matchup. Both teams fought valiantly. So many names, so many players. We just saw some incredible stuff. That was just really, really impressive. I got to fix these overlays, guys. Let me get a second here to do that, and then I'll be right back with you.
Sounds good. But yes, fans, thank you for watching this doubleheader. I mean, we'll have the post-game show here in a moment, but we have definitely had ourselves quite the ball game. Man, my heart is still racing from that one. You know, Oklahoma gets the win at Washington. Both teams just excellent play. And I mean, this game just put chills down my spine. And I think I speak for George when we say we could not be happier with how well these games went and how great we could have a fun time with, you know, different coaches coming, different styles of play. Whew. Yeah,
I gotta fix that record. This man is now 1-0. Can we get Panda in here?
What's up, boys?
Hey, good win, man.
Thank you. We're halfway to last year's win total, so starting off on a good foot.
Yeah, I think my partner had this first question. He was a little surprised that you went with Caleb Williams. What do you think about his performance tonight?
Caleb played incredible. I don't think there were many inaccurate passes, maybe one that I know stood out. But other than that, you know, he made good throws when he needed to. He put just about every clutch throw he had on the dot, and that was what he struggled with really bad last season. You know, there was that 1 4th down that he put right in the hands of the running back who dropped it. And then there was also the long one he threw, perfect pass to deliver. Just incredible game, Caleb.
That's right. Broncos, you got a question for the coach?
It's Eagles, not Broncos.
Oh, I'm sorry, Eagles.
Yes, so Panda, you know, your team came out here and, you know, you had to travel into hostile territory going to Washington for your first game. You know, what did you tell your team to be ready for going on the road into the Pacific Northwest?
You know, I told them all to look back at the schedule from last season, and honestly, just to say, hey, one win is halfway there. Go out and get a win, and definitely put it together. Definitely proud of the running game, Fred Bradford. You know, he didn't put up insane numbers, but he showed the speed that we've been lacking at the running back position for a while, and very happy with his performance. He did well through the air as well. Caleb did amazing, like I said earlier. Jeffrey Wheat, our outside linebacker, showed he's our worst coverage linebacker, and he ended up with both interceptions that ended up really, saving the game for us.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And another question I have, we saw Giles Jackson return 2 different kick returns to the house against you. What are you going to be working on this next week in regards to the kickoff unit? And, are you going to have your special teams coordinator put extra emphasis on lane integrity?
Definitely that, and definitely looking at putting some more speed out there, because we would get in the lanes, he would get out past 25, which you never want, but he would get in the lanes, and we just wouldn't have the speed to catch him. So definitely going to put some more speed out there. Might not be, able to match every returner, but the faster we are, the better chance we have.
Absolutely. George, you got any questions for Coach Panda?
Yeah, I got one final one for you, Coach. Let's see if I can hit this right. Okay, so what everybody should be seeing right now is your next week matchup. That's going to be in week 3. You know who you're taking on?
I got Sep. And looking back last season, I had him. It came down to the pretty much last minute or so, and I think we had an inaccurate pass from Caleb. So I'm hoping he continues how he did today and can keep the ball, in our team's hand and not the opponent's, because that's what ended up costing us last season.
Yeah, thank you for that one. Anything you're going to work on during the bye week, or you pretty much think that you guys are doing everything well and locked and loaded?
A few things I'm going to work on, but I'm going to keep that to myself for now. Don't need Seth to have any more advantages over me than he already does.
Well, thanks for your time, Coach. Go out and enjoy this victory, and good luck to you the rest of the way, except for the week you play the Trojans.
Thank you.
All right, Coach. Thanks. All right, so let's get the next coach in. Let's see. I think we got to get back to one more thing. Sorry, boys. Sorry. Bear with me here. Getting my bearings here. Maybe we got to go back to here. And we're going to take... Whoa. Sorry about that, guys. Just figuring things out here. Yeah, okay. So Panda's out. And then, are you in here, JB?
Yes, sir. What's going on, George?
All right, JB. Sorry, I'm having some trouble getting your image in here, man. But the people can hear you. What would you like to say about the game that
Great game, Panda. That was fun. We definitely got it. Sorry, good call on that last QB sneak. I tried to sneak it. Tried to sneak the sneak. Couldn't snuck him. But great game. It was fun. Definitely got our entertainment value.
Yep, absolutely. And one of the questions I've got is, we go back to the fourth quarter. That last drive where you have to get your 3 points. 2nd and 18. You sat back there for what seemed like ages, just wasting a little bit more clock, and then you finally throw it away, but you've already wasted about what felt like 10 seconds. You guys have any talk on the sideline after that drive ended about,
Yeah, that was a culmination of what's happened all night. When Panda kept dropping all the D linemen in coverage, and that's always a tough for someone that likes to pass it like me. It was tough, and actually on that specific play, I had rolled so much. If you watch the replay, I had all day because there was no one rushing the quarterback, but my icons had actually disappeared because I was kind of running with the quarterback, and I was trying to stop enough and set with Heward for my icons to come back visible, so I didn't know what receiver for what. And so that's why I ended up tossing it out of bounds there. That last possession was squandered. I could have gone down and tried to get a touchdown to win it, but Yeah, dropping all the linemen in coverage is always tough.
Absolutely. And another player I want to highlight real quick is Giles Jackson.
Special
He had a
teams.
massive game, special teams in general. But
Right.
Giles Jackson, your puncher, you guys played excellent in the third phase of the game. Is that an emphasis you guys put on that phase of the game? And
Oh, yeah.
what do you guys do to improve in that area over other teams?
Giles had a quiet week last week. He's been itching to bust. Yeah, definitely. We practice special teams quite a bit. A lot of people like to sleep on it, a lot of teams, and so we want to be. There's a lot of room for error in the special teams. We find where we can get an advantage on our opponent. We did that today. When he hit those two, it was right in time. I think the first one was right after a Panda score, and then that second one was right after we'd gone up 10, and it was the perfect counter punch to get you punched right in the face. So Giles is doing all he can.
Yeah, your team did that all night long. He actually did it a couple times, and Washington. Your game management along with the defense. I know the Sooners had it rolling, but they put up 45 points, but they're the number 2 team in the nation. They got some playmakers there, and they had some pretty money downs. How do you think you did on third down conversions? Last week you were at 88%. I don't know what you were at this week. Last week you had 8 out of 9 third down conversions.
And we were scrambling all night on defense. We couldn't get a stop, and so I feel like I was putting extra pressure on Heward and our offense to kind of play. We were 3 for 9. 3 for 9. That's terrible. That's the game right there, George. Third down, you live and die by it. But we had some untimely sacks, some tough third. We actually converted a few crazy third downs. But
you played
some really dumb ones. Panda sat on the slant, and the slant, you take away the slant. That 3rd and 6, that 3rd and 5 and shorter, and you take away the slant. That's a smart play. You took away the out routes all game. I was trying to hit him on an out route all game.
The slants in the screen game just didn't really work out the same way they did against the Trojans. But you came you picked yourself off the canvas time and time again. You're gonna be a warrior in this league. You gotta look back at the film and just realize, okay, this is what he likes to do. It's your first time playing the guy. We had that scrim before during our game, and you're gonna be a competitor.
Absolutely.
How you feeling about your next matchup? Do you know who you play?
I think I've got a bye and then Sausages. Well, that's the whole thing about this game, George, is like different teams and users and play styles match up, good against other people. And Panda's one of those. I told y'all before, I could definitely get in a firefight with him. I like setting up the run by passing, having a good, successful pass game, and he defended the screen well. I went to it, and every time he had someone out there, he defended this. He took away the easy stuff and made us make plays, and he made more plays. But to answer your question, we got Sausages. He's also a firefighter. He's not going to run the 1950s offense. He's not going to have a fucking fullback out there. He's new age. He's a young kid. He knows he likes to sling it. He likes to stay in a 2-point stance and do his pass sets and his kick slides and run his bubble screens. And so, we can play our defense. We're slow at the linebacker spot, and it gets exposed. Our secondary is good at the 1-2, but getting deep, we've definitely got a speed issue. Our defense needs to. We had sacks early. I think we had 3 sacks on the first drive, but we couldn't. After that, we couldn't get any Panda team. I was worried about the run. I'd called maybe 1 or 2 of Panda's games last year. I've seen him play. I know he likes to run at the quarterback, so I was really focused on making him beat me with his arm, and I thought I could make him make some mistakes. And God, it's either he played that good, or we were just our coverages were just that easy to beat. He kept hitting me on the right side of the field on the little post route and the outside post. I couldn't stop it. I knew it was coming. I couldn't even stop it. He could have shown his play art. We could still hit the pass. So our guys got to want to play better. But I'm proud of the way we came back. Proud of the way we hustled. I knew this was going to be a tough one. But I'm looking forward to playing Sausages to give him a test. I knew I was going to have some losses that were unexpected here, and I feel like I'm going to get some wins that are unexpected too. So, this game is one of those games that everyone's got their own style and their own finesse to it, and so we'll see. I can't wait to play Big Dog. It'll be a fun one.
Yeah, that's your week 4 matchup. So you got a bye week. You got time to work on some stuff. Yeah, you got time to work on stuff, which is really great because, you guys are both going to be ranked. You got up to 15. You're still going to be in the top 25 with this loss to the number 2 team by barely 1 score in overtime. You know what I mean? And you were right there, 4th and 1. You convert that. Who knows? Then you're playing, to tie. You go to triple overtime, quadruple overtime. Who knows? And Miami's got a loaded team, and you're going to be watching them on Monday for that game of the week?
Yeah, I'll be watching him. I'll be seeing how I know he's recovering from an injury, and so we'll see how that affects his game. We'll be looking at what Cincy Bowen does and what he's successful at and what's not. I've seen a lot of his games too. Danny's he knows Danny's lost games that he thought he was going to win, and he's won. So he's nasty on the sticks. The talent is there. We'll see if we can outcoach him. See if we can watch the tape and maybe find some weaknesses to go to. But
yeah,
I'm proud. If anyone, I lost to Panda. When all week in Discord, Panda was saying that he's going to win 1 game all year, and I knew that was bad luck. Because the second that he was, his team. That's a great OU team. That's a great Oklahoma team. He's going to knock some other people around in this league. Y'all are going to get the same with you, George. There's a lot of good competition. I don't think there's a huge gap. There's going to be some of these big dogs that may be kind of used to getting dubs. They're going to get popped in the face here eventually.
You went up against a 97 overall team with a 95 offense and a 99 defense, and you bring a good team yourself, being the number 15 team, and your stats, are really good too, and your game management, your special teams, you're going to have a great year, man. Good luck to you the rest of the way.
Yeah, and all my games are always tight too. So if y'all want some entertainment value, please. I don't ever win by 50, and I don't ever lose by 50. So hopefully, the fun factor's there. I'm having a great time. I miss playing. I haven't played user games, and God, it's been about 2 years, maybe. So I'm really enjoying it. It's been fun. Panda, that was great. That was great. That was fun. Had a good time. Appreciate George. Eagles, great call, by the way. I know you've been calling a lot of games. You're doing really good, man. Sounds really, really good.
Hey, man, I appreciate it, man.
Yeah, thank you, guys.
Thanks. Eagles, let's do a little bit of promo work and get the hell out of here. How's that sound?
Let's do it.
All right, man. So our next broadcast for the NWO guys is going to be Sunday, 8 p.m. Eastern. A little bit of confusion today about Central versus Eastern. The next matchup will be the Trojans traveling over to Dallas to take on the SMU Mustangs. That's our 3rd matchup of week 2. Week 2 has 4 matchups. And then following that, we got our Monday night banger. Cincinnati is ranked number 6. It doesn't show it on this image, but Cincinnati is ranked number 6 currently, or actually, I'm sorry, 7. They were ranked 8 last week. They had a bye. They went up 1 ranking before during their bye week before coming in at 7 this week. And then Miami, I think, was ranked 15, and I think now they're 11, if I'm not mistaken. Could be wrong. Yeah, so, definitely a lot of fun stuff. Guys, if you guys join our Discord, you have access to so much information here. You could click on stuff and check stuff out. And that's really what you want to be able to do, guys. Definitely join the Discord, and then we could get you the scheduling link. Maybe you can commentate for us, and hey, you'll be able to have a lot of fun with us. Eagles, man, has it been fun for you?
Yeah, man, of course. This is just great being able to help out, and it's a fun time always being around some of the other boys and some pimps. Thank you, George. You've been doing great, between producing and the color comms tonight.
Hey, man, you fit in perfectly. We had 2 super huge matchups tonight. We had number 5 A&M go into Neyland, the 100,000 plus crowd. They went in there, they knocked them out. A&M's got to climb the rankings after that big win out there in Rocky Top. Tennessee's got to rebound. A&M's going to be in week 4. They have a week off. They're going to be taking on SMU. Texas, is going to be hosting Tennessee in week 4. And then, Huskies coach, we just heard him, You know, he's going to be going to Miami, so he's going to be watching the, you know, Miami Hurricanes the next couple times. You know, but we got a broadcast on Sunday, and we got the game of the week here.
Hey, George, before you get out,
Yeah.
I just want to say a shout out to Miller Time Sportsbook. If you want to follow Miller Time on Twitch, go give him a follow. He's doing a pick'em. Y'all can follow my Twitter. I'm at Junior Broncos on everything, or follow the NWO League. He does a weekly pick'em. It is a really cool thing and super unique to this dynasty, where you get to kind of pick each team who's going to win in the spreads, and he does a season-long contest with standings against everyone else. So if you're not doing it, I highly would recommend it. It's a fun game.
Yeah, absolutely, man. That's the right thing. And guys, you know, we need commentators. You know, jump in here. Eagles is killing it, but we need some help, and also we need some of you to do some clips, some highlight clips. All right, guys. So, anyways, appreciate everybody. That's gonna be us. Any last words, Eagles? I'll give you last word.
You know, just thank you guys for, you know, being here and watching, and thanks everyone who's being a part of the NWO. This is, you know, it's a great dynasty, and, you know, we can't do it without even the people watching that can help support and make it worthwhile for us to have so many great people in there. So thank you guys, everyone.
Yeah. Thanks, everybody. We will see you guys later. We'll give you a little bit of this. See you, everybody.
Car was a scam. The vehicle just absolutely did not discuss it. She was a con man. He was a pizza man who killed the competition.
Let's keep this captured. He got away with murder.
She turned up missing just a few feet from home.
It's been a nightmare ever